What's going on, my peoples? It's your boy, Mr. OBF, back one time for your mind. Welcome to the OBF Network, people. Make sure you guys hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell button so you guys get the live streams. We can go live, people. And if you can, donate to the channel. Go to OBF, the real Cash App, and donate to the channel, people. We highly appreciate anything you guys could donate to the channel. Need more information to subscribe and donate to the channels down there, scrolling below the screen. So a father, a white dad, I guess not approached, but I guess got called by a black family where I think they invited the young white boy, to their home. You know, I guess he was friends in the neighborhood. I guess. And I guess it was altercation, not an altercation. I guess it was an altercation. They was arguing, and he basically called, he basically called the family N-words. So the father, like I said, believe it or not, it's good white folks out here. It's just saying enough of them right now, or some is just too complicit in bigotry and racism because of whatever reason, right? But good white folks stepping up. And then we're gonna get a little bit into the Stephen A. Smith shit of him going back at Jaylen Brown, which I knew he was gonna do because he can't help himself but the clickbait. And so we're gonna give him what he want in a way. Because it's necessary that we can't allow sellouts and coons to push the narrative out here like they really about our people. So let's get into it. My allergies acting up bad, people. So y'all excuse me for allergies.
This is uncommon territory. A white father makes his son apologize for using a racial slur against
I don't know why
a
he
group
said
of
it.
black
Go.
children. It is an interesting reality. Here it is.
But when he came flying down, he talked about the son. He said, the son said that. So I just told my uncle that I was going to come down here and say something because I don't play like that. Y'all got to understand. Get your ass over here and apologize. Sorry.
And I don't know where you learned that word from or why you think it's such a trigger, but did we treat you like that when we came to our house? We allowed you, your physical presence, we allowed you in. That's not okay. It's never okay to use that word under any circumstance.
And let me say this to the young white boy. Like I told you, a lot of the times, people, it starts in the house, but that doesn't mean it's the parents, right? It could be, and what I mean by like it starts in the family sometimes, right? It doesn't mean necessarily it's the mother or the father, right? It could be an aunt, an uncle, a grandparent that is bigoted and racist, and you know the kids pick up. They always say it takes a village to raise children, right? To raise kids, like it takes a village, right? So, and it's vice versa with that, right? It doesn't necessarily mean that the parents is racist. It could mean the aunts, the uncles, the cousins, the older cousins or whatever, great aunts, uncles, the grandparents, the great grandparents. You never know, right? Because it all has an effect. It trickles down. It has an effect. Sometimes a generation, may not it happen around them, but they may not accept it, right? So the father did a great thing. The father was ready to fuck him up. Honestly, yo stepped to him like, you said what? Who you said that to? Go apologize. And the father is so like, I don't think he's like, a part of him is embarrassed. So he's kind of not catching himself. If I'm the parent, I'm making him apologize to everybody. Right? And it's uncomfortable that your son then put you in a position that he didn't use a racial slur, and now you know, you get caught off. You kind of caught off guard when shit like that happen. You're not even in the right state of mind in a way, right? When your kid do some fucked up shit, but on top of him doing fucked up shit, god damn it, he said some disgusting shit, right? You know what I mean? That is a no-no. And it's like, damn, this motherfucker. Because the whole time, the father is not even looking at the black family. He's looking at his son. Like he's like it's like almost like I'm embarrassed. You embarrassed me. And at the same time, I'm so pissed off that you embarrassed me. So he like walked up to his son and he's listening to what they're saying, but he's so focused and mad at his son. Like it's ridiculous. But let's move on.
Once again, white father forces his son to apologize for utilizing the N-word, put it up for a mask. Naturally, we're not showing the face of the minor for obvious reasons, but this is a hell of a story. According to Atlanta Black Star, a white father apparently out of patience with his son's offensive behavior toward a group of...
I don't even think he lost his patience. It was almost like he was embarrassed. Like he embarrassed him. Like the father's embarrassed. Like, mother, what the fuck? Why you? And then you heard the father. He said, it doesn't matter. He said you shouldn't use that word at any time. What the fuck when you want to use it? He's basically saying, I don't even want to hear you rapping the word. Like that's how pissed. Like I don't think he's like as he's equally embarrassed more than he's mad. Right? It's just as equal. He's mad, but he's embarrassed. His kid embarrassed him. Because now you got black people probably thinking, you know, the black community, people in the community probably thinking that like, I'm teaching him to be a fucking racist. I'm using the word. Right? Listen, people, the father, I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt in this situation. But it's very possible that this kid could have learned it from him. It's very possible. And he could be upset or embarrassed that his son got caught saying that shit, or he didn't think his son would be that stupid to use it in public to another black person, right? So it's a percentage that's possible, right? But I'm going to give the white dad the benefit of the doubt here because he did the right thing in the moment, right? Like with everything he said and did, he did right. Other than I would have made his little ass apologize to everybody that was there. That's what I would have did. Because, like I said, you call one black person, I ain't even got to know a black person that's being called the N-word in front of me. I'm going to be offended. Right? Because, like, you basically talking to all of us. Right? It's not basically you are. Because you know that you shouldn't be using that word against that black person I don't even know, because you know that shit is offensive to all of us. So that's my point. I'd have made his ass apologize to everybody that was there. But anyway, let's move on.
Like children left the internet in shock.
The same people that complain about their commercials being too high are the same ones being too lazy to go to the marketplace that's right below this video. Put in the year, make and model of their car, answer a few.
To a group of black children left the internet in shock when he disciplined his son and made him apologize to the children's entire family on camera.
Look, first of all, why black people was shocked about that, right? I know white people that won't ever use that word. I know some white people that don't like you using the word around them. And I'm talking about elderly white people. Like you know how like we having a conversation, we use the word. I've been plenty of white people that I knew that was elderly. It was like, hey man, hey, don't use that word. Like they get offended. Right? Like so, and then you be like, who Who the fuck are you? Some ignorant motherfucker be like, who the fuck are you to tell me you don't have to use the? First of all, bro, respect that man. He don't want the word used around him. You gotta respect some shit like this. Let's come from a white person. But no, I'm not shocked that this white dad did what he did. I'm not shocked at all. Listen, the reason I ain't shocked at all because I ain't no fucking bigot or a racist. I understand there's good white people out here. I know all white people ain't racist. So I'm not shocked about that. I'm not shocked about what the father did and made the son do what he did. I'm not shocked about that. I'm not shocked that he's upset about this shit, that his son did that. Because like I said, it's embarrassing. Your kid do something, they do some fucked up shit, it's embarrassing. But on top of that, he's being racist? Like, come on, man. If I'm the father, I'm pissed too. That's like if a black kid go up and calling other different races of people slurs and offensive shit. As a black parent, I'm gonna be embarrassed, but I'm gonna be pissed. But I'll probably be more embarrassed than pissed because this is my kid. Your kid is your kid represent who you kind of are. That's why, listen, I told people to take parenting very seriously. Fuck that. Listen, even when your kid get older, it's still your kid. You don't want it's how, like, yo, we understand peer pressure. We understand the world, the times that kids grow up in. We get all that. But at their core, who they are, it's still got to have some type of moral thing, right? They can see the world differently in a way, right? Because the times is different. We get that. But at the core, no generation is different from morals. No generation. It ain't nothing different in a generation of people having morals or not having them, and having principles and respect for others. Every generation is the same when it comes to that. That's why parenting is very important. I try not to tell people how to parent their kids because every circumstance is different. But at the core, as a parent, yeah, morals, principles, and respect you teach your kids. We all should agree on that. It's not up for debate. It's not like some shit like we can't have this conversation. Yeah, as a parent, we all should agree on that. But anyway, let's move on.
Later in the video, the father said, did it again, he would, quote, beat your effing A in front of everybody. Now, we don't condone violence. I think he's talking about giving him a paddling.
Listen, let me say this. This kid is in middle school, so he down there as tall as the goddamn father. Believe it or not. So you ain't beating this kid with no belt. You're gonna throw hands. That's why, in a sense, people ain't okay with spanking. I mean, if your kid young enough to listen, at a kid about, and it depends how big your kid get too, right? Like, cause my daughter about 5'5", and she's 10. So, that's kind of tall for a kid, right? At 10 years old, right? So I think I stopped swinging my daughter. I didn't like the feeling. I'll put it this way. I didn't like the feeling that I was in. Right? I mean, not the feeling, but the emotional state that I was in, like when I was doing it. Like I felt like a fucking monster in a way. Like I couldn't calm down that anger part of me. Right? Like, so I was like, nah, I can't keep doing that. And plus my daughter had a disability, right? She got autism. So it was like, did she really understand what she's doing? Like, to a certain extent. So and then you learn with autism and shit, is a better way and methods to do shit. You ain't got to keep spanking the fucking kid, right? Right? And then when you start to know your fucking kid or what affects them, right? taking shit away. Me even raising my voice. All I gotta do is raise my voice. My daughter fucking start crying. She gets scared because she know I ain't playing. Right? But that might come back from when I spanked her. Right? That she's afraid that I may put paws on her. Right? But I'm not saying spanking kids is okay. Right? But I'm saying some kids do need ass whippings here and there. I'm not saying you got to be spanking or beating your kids all the fucking time. But here and there, they need ass whipping. But I think once my daughter got probably about 5 or maybe 6 or some shit like that, I stopped that shit. And it probably was before that. She might have, about probably 5 or 6. I stopped that shit. Like, because like I didn't like how I felt when I was doing it. And at the same time, it wasn't accomplishing anything because she was a different kid. So, you know, and you got to learn different methods of how you discipline your kids. I could take shit. All I do is raise my voice at my daughter, right? I don't like certain shit, even taking certain shit away from her. I don't think it really bother her that much. But she's like me. She gets bored very quickly. So she need to do different shit at one time, right? Like she on the phone, watching TV. She got to keep moving like that, right? To do different shit to keep her mind, you know, doing what she want to do. But I don't even know if taking away her phones and shit like that at this point is kind of like that big of a deal, right? But then my daughter is different too, because then she knows she did wrong. She'll come back and apologize, right? In the moment, she emotional. She don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? She feel like you did her wrong, right? But you let her take time out, let her do whatever fuck she got to do. You know what I mean? Get herself together, sleep it off, whatever, maybe, right? Then come back, she might apologize, and then shit go back to normal. But my daughter not a bad kid, so I don't have that fucking type of issue just yet, because you never know. But I don't have those type of issues. My shit it'd be little shit, her talking, you know, her tone and how she be talking and shit. I'll be old. I had to lean on it today. Like, who you talking to? Watch your attitude. Watch how you talking to me. That's why I don't like me and my child's friend. Like, I don't want to be like, it's okay to love your kid and shit like that, but to be too friendly with your kid get too comfortable with talking to you a certain type of way or playing with you, right? They cross lines and they don't understand boundaries, right? No kids understand boundaries. So, yeah. Anyway, let's move on.
It is interesting that the fear of parental disappointment is still a very real thing. Also, having public opportunity to correct a child, we would call that a village from the community.
Like I said, but it depends who the kid is. A lot of kids are different. It seems like a lot of kids is the same, but they're not. A lot of kids, certain shit affects certain kids in different ways. So even publicly sometimes embarrassing them may not actually work, right? Because some kids are just fucking, some of them just little demons. They don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? But like I said, it's an environment, and sometimes it's just sometimes it's how certain kids are built. Like, so, yeah. Right? And then kids, kids go, listen, kids sometimes will do the same shit over and over again, even if they get disciplined. I was a hard-headed ass kid. So, for me, and the problem with me was that as a kid, I like to take risks. That's why it shocks people now that I don't like to take risks on certain shit. I'm very, I ain't trying to do that. Right? But a part of me still do some stupid shit here and there because it's always been in me. I like to chance shit. I like to take risks. Right? Because I feel like sometimes I can control the situation. Right? Even though I know it's fucked up to do, but I still think I can control it. But kids are different. Every kid is different. They're not the same. So disciplining them may be different. Right? So that's why I say it's all about who your kid is. But then sometimes you got to make your kid do some shit that may not affect them for them understanding the seriousness of it, but you still got to embarrass them, or you still make it seem to the people that they hurt or offended to publicly shame them, to let them know, I don't play that shit over here. You get what I mean? So it is what it is. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to Brother Bell. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to Brother Yoda in the building. Let's get back into it.
That produced me. The village got involved. It means your local community, okay? And the father invoked the power of the village in order to correct his son. The child was accused of directing the N-word at a group of children he was playing ball with and riding bikes with, okay? A family who had welcomed him into their home at one point, when the African-American mother confronted the child on camera, telling him, quote, it's never okay to use that word, end quote. The child's father jumped in to finish the sentence. Under any circumstances, he said.
And listen, and let me just say this. This is why, like, it really, like, disturbs me with racist people when they be talking about black people. Like, yo, we're not on y'all level of how y'all be seeing shit. Right? Like, we will embrace anybody. Right? We're not that, we know we different. We know y'all different. We get it. We understand it. We probably understand being different than anybody. Right? So, but we don't be worrying about shit like that. Like you see, the family brought the kid in. Like, it wasn't no big thing. The kids played. It wasn't no big thing. Like, the shit trickles down to our kids. Our kids don't really be getting a fuck about a lot of shit that racist people be caring about. They don't. And we keep trying to tell people that shit. People act like black people be worried about shit like that. We don't. We don't move like that every day. Like, we know with some racist bigoted shit going on, but we're not moving like that in life. We just trying to do us. Trying to survive out this bitch. That's all we trying to do. Raise our kids the best way we can. We ain't worrying about what a lot of what racist people worrying about. Trying to keep my whiteness. Like, they're trying to take away my... We ain't worrying about that shit. Like, even when y'all see all the shit going on in the country, with the Black history, they're trying to erase slavery. Yeah, it's upsetting to us. But you ask the average black person, we don't really give a fuck. We ain't been appreciated anyway. So, y'all been lying to yourselves about the history. So, a lot of us don't give a fuck about what they're doing. We understand that you keep that shit over there. Don't come over here with that bullshit. We ain't trying to understand why y'all doing it, and we don't care. And I think a lot of our people are getting fed up with trying to explain ourselves to racist people. Like, we're not doing that. Like, Magnolia, we don't want to talk about our kids. No, you're uncomfortable. If your kids are uncomfortable, that means you're uncomfortable. Because your kid learn from you. So, but at the same time, we don't care about explaining. We don't really give a fuck about you being uncomfortable. You're not going to brainwash us again like you tried to brainwash our ancestors of trying to get us to act like this country is being fair. They don't see color now. Like, that's all bullshit. Like, we're not raising our kids that way. We're not playing those games. And we don't give a fuck what you teaching them racist ass schools. We're going to let our kids know. First of all, even if you don't teach slavery in schools or wokeness, even in the schools, outside of the schools, you prove us right every time with your bigotry and racism. So our kids don't even got to learn it in the books. They ain't even got to know the history. A lot of y'all doing it now. So that's why I said Black people ain't even arguing with y'all no more. We don't even give a fuck about a lot of shit y'all care about. You think it's hurting us, but it's not. It's just proving our point how racist this country is. Let's move on.
The fed up dad told his son, don't effing put your head down. Look up. That's coward-ish. He then added, quote, you apologize to every person here, period. Now.
Oh, I'm sorry. He did make them all apologize. He did make them apologize to everybody. So I apologize. See, Dr. Richie on the show a little part of the clip, so we didn't get to see all of it. But I mean, get to hear all of it. But yeah. So as I said, the father actually, like I said, you can't even blame the father. Like it must come from the house. So he learned it from some. You can say he learned it from somewhere, but you can't really say he learned it in the house. Really, like I said, it could have been a grandparent or something. You don't know. They probably got bigoted aunts and uncles. You never know. Let's move on.
Go and you be sincere about it. End quote. Let me tell you the most powerful thing about this to me. Okay. And you may have some trepidation about the word use of the father. I truly don't in this circumstance, because the child is at a place where profanity is obviously okay.
First of all, what the fuck? If somebody get upset about him using profanity, who the fuck cares? The fucking president of the United States is calling another woman a bitch. So I mean, what the fuck? Anybody can be upset about that. But anyway, about him using language, foul language. First of all, this kid at this point, you can't nigga say anything to him. He the one crossed the line. He the one used the one of the most vile words to use. Calling black people niggas. I don't give a damn if the father called him a piece of shit. Like, ain't nothing worse than his son out here calling black people niggas. Ain't nothing that dad can say. No cuss word. People be like, oh, he shouldn't be talking to his son that way. What? He's lucky he just got a verbal lashing from the black people. He lucky they ain't whip his ass. So, like, please miss me with the father. Is this language using against the kid? Ooh, fuck out of here. Let's move on. People want to play fake outrage or you know, he shouldn't probably talk to them kids like, motherfucker, you don't even give a fuck about these kids. Half the time these people don't even give a fuck about these kids anyway. Little Jimmy, you shouldn't be using the N-word. Fuck out of here. The father did the right thing. Y'all, listen, let's just move on. I swear to God, anybody that got a problem with the father using foul word, fuck you. Nobody gets I'm going to use foul word. Fuck you and suck my dick. Get the fuck out of here. Fuck out of here with that bullshit. First, number one, it's his motherfucking kid. Who the fuck are you to tell him what type of language to use against his kid? When his kid is so out of pocket. Fuck out of here. Now you want to treat the motherfucking person that violated other people with language. Now you want to treat him as a victim because the father like, hey. Whatever, let's move on.
Racial slurs goes a bit beyond profanity, goes to the heart of your character, goes to the heart of your character. Now, what the father is teaching, in my opinion.
Now, listen, now let me say this. I don't know if the kid is racist. He's too young. He's like 10 years old. Listen, I'm not trying to get a kid a pass, but don't know if the kid is racist. Like I said, listen, he's learning that shit from somewhere. It's possible he could be learning from his parents and they trying to cover it up with this stuff, with this situation of how they acting towards the situation now. But he's learning this shit from somewhere. Could be from friends. It could be from family members. Shit, I mean, you watch YouTube, you watch all these racist ass networks. Come on, bro. They love freedom of speech, but then they get mad when children react and say fuck shit that they say. You're putting this shit out there to these kids. You thinking that you making this shit okay? Talking about it's just a freedom of speech. Listen, kids don't got the freedom of speech to say every fucking thing they want to say. Not even in your own household. Not even in public. Nobody got freedom of speech, like 100% of freedom of speech. Yes, you can say the shit, but it's some of that, you can say a lot of shit, but a lot of that shit gonna come with consequences. And for people to run around, free speech, shut the fuck up. Kids are watching. Probably why this kid thought it was okay to say what he said. Probably seen it on YouTube or something. So one of you stupid ass racists. And this whole notion that we keep on trying to pretend, yeah, the parents need to parent their kids. They could be parenting them right. But everybody outside of the house, listen, kids pick up shit when they leave your house. You ain't around your kid 24/7. You don't know what they doing all the time. If you are, you damn near you one of them klepto parents or something. Helicopter parents, I guess that's what they call them. You can't be with your kid 100% of the fucking day and knowing what they doing, seeing, reading, and listening to. It's just impossible. You won't have a fucking job. And have some confidence in yourself as a parent. You raise your kid the right way. Yeah, listen, kids are gonna fuck up. They do shit. This kid fucked up. Like, listen, when these kids are this young, like this kid's 10 years old. Listen, I'm not trying to, I don't want him to be scarred for the rest of his life. Like you get what I mean? I don't want him to be like, like shunned from society for the rest of his life when people treat him bad. Educate him. Let him know that shit ain't cool. Take him somewhere, educate him. Don't crucify the fucking kid. He 10. Now look, if the kid is 16, 15 years old or some shit, it's a little different. Right? But he's 10. The fuck? He's just picking up shit. He's just learning. He's trying to figure out what's cool and what's not cool. He don't know to a certain extent. Do he really understand the consequences of shit that he says out of his mouth or actions that he does? No, he's 10. No, he doesn't get a pass, but I'm saying this kid should not be this like crazy ridiculed because he called black people the N-word for the rest of his life. No. He may get older and look back at that shit because he got probably his father got in his ass. This situation might help. He might run into some black people later on that educate him and let him know that this shit was wrong. He may figure out where he would pick that shit up and learn it from. And he might look back at that shit and be he might be an ally to black people. He might take that shit to a whole nother level of being an ally. So, but I'm just saying, like people, like these are kids, man. The father did what he's supposed to do. And I'm the father. I take it a step further if I'm the father. Because I don't want this motherfucker to confuse of what he's doing, that this is a one little mistake. No, this is a big motherfucking mistake you did. Because this almost showing who you are as a character. The character who you are at 10. Hold on, bro. We ain't raised you like that. Let me show you why you shouldn't be using this fucking word. And then let me go, well, and he might ask questions, why black people use it? Well, let me Let me take you somewhere where black people can explain it to you. But the ridicule this kid, unless he get the right guidance, hopefully his father does the right thing of really keeping his ass on, like letting him know, like he's like, I'll be highly disappointed if this was my kid. And my kid. Like my kid, boy, I'm taking you, boy. Oh, I wish this was my kid. And shit I do to this kid. Now I ain't talking about no violent shit beating him. I'm just, hey man.
Is a character that does not exhibit racism. Keep in mind, according to the family, the white child was already familiar with the black family and the black children and been welcomed into the black home, which also means the white father allowed it, condoned it, encouraged it, perhaps. But here's what the child never said. The child never said, "But Dad, you say it."
We've been super busy over here getting ready for the
commercial.
2026 race season.
The child never said, "But Dad, you say it."
Right. And that's the one thing, like I said, he didn't say that you said it. Or, like I said, the kid might have been too scared to probably say that if it was. Like I said, it's a possibility that he learned it from his parents. But I highly doubted the way the parent is acting. Right? Like, he's like, I told you, he's ashamed, but he's fucking pissed at his kid. Like, to the point, like, motherfucker, I will whip your ass in front of everybody. No racist parent is doing that or saying certain shit. You can tell racist parents when their kid do some racist shit. But I guess, like, he right about that. The father, the way how he reacted to this, that ain't no shit. My bad, people. Fucking internet. It been acting up all fucking day, man. And then it don't help the fucking rain. I mean, we got a thunderstorm. It was just happening, so no fucking bullshit. The fucking internet be on some bullshit. But anyway, what the fuck was I saying? Like I said, it's a percentage that the father learned. I mean, the kid learned this from the parents, but it's highly doubtful that he learned this from the fucking parents. It's because the way the father react. But he never, like Dr. Richard said, he never said that, well, Dad, you said. You get what I mean? But, you know.
Never did that child say, "But Dad, you say it," or "I heard it from you," or "What about when you say it?" Nothing like that happened. There's more. Hundreds of people on social media have expressed surprise and gratitude to the father for immediately stepping up and correcting the situation when he learned that his son had used derogatory language. But detractors also came out of the woodwork. Some slammed the dad for his foul language, while
of course, it'd be stupid ass people that come out there and try to criticize the dad. You gonna criticize him because he used foul language to the kid? Get the fuck out of here, bro. Get the fuck out of here. And you know the bad part about it? The one thing that I have learned, even from being as a young kid to being a grown ass adult, grown ass man to a father. Listen. Parents use foul language. This is what they did. Right? It's grown people shit. Right? To cuss at your kid to a certain extent, yeah, it's a little foul. Right? Like, don't get me even wrong. Right? But then I check myself. When if I'm out with something, I hear a parent cuss their kid out and shit, say some shit. Like, dang. Then I catch myself. Like, who the fuck am I to be like, act like I'm appalled? Like, nigga, I ain't cussing at my kid. Or cussing at my god kid, nieces, nephews. Fuck out of here. Because I have, or my nieces and nephews don't. Listen, my whole fucking family cursed. I ain't saying everybody cursed. Damn near everybody in my family cursed. We some cussing motherfuckers on both sides of my family. Right? So, like, that's like normal talk for us. But I get it in situations. You don't use certain language. I get that. Right? But this whole narrative that people online talking about he shouldn't have been talking to his kid like that. Well, what about Donald Trump? It's kids watch their kids, your kids, everybody kids is most likely watching this dude curse and call a woman a bitch and think ain't nobody heard it. Like, the fuck are we talking about? The leader of the country is calling a woman a bitch because he didn't like the question that she asked him. And then you mad at the father because he cussed his kid out or used foul language to his kid because his kid used beyond a fucking curse word of calling black people niggas. But y'all got a problem with him using language towards his kid. Get the fuck out of here. Now the father is in the wrong. Are you fucking crazy? This is the society that we live in. It's like our society seems like they're ass backwards. And then they wonder why the kids are fucked up. Then we're looking at the kids like, why would they do some stupid shit like that? Because look at the parents. Look at the grown-ass people in the room. Now the father got to take accountability. He was in the wrong. No, he don't. He used the language. He used it. Fuck out of here. Let's move on.
Deemed posting a distressing moment involving a minor shamelessly exploitive. The racist showed up too, calling the dad a traitor for correcting his son for utilizing the N-word. The debate
erupted. Listen, let me just say this. To all the racists out there that they crucified the dad, called him a traitor. A traitor to what? You the racist. You the one hate your own country because black people exist in the country. We only good. Think about how a racist think. We only good for them to humiliate and brutalize and enslave and belittle, but they're better human beings than us. They see themselves as better than us. Think about the thought process and the belief that they have. To think what they're being racist and the shit they're saying out their mouth about this dad being a traitor. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? You're a traitor to humanity. I want all the racist people out there to understand this. I need you to really genuinely understand this. You ain't fooling motherfuckers like me, but I want you to understand. You are a disgrace to the human being. You are a disgusting human. You're a traitor to life. I don't wish death on you, but you're just a waste of life. Now, you might be placed here for a reason because we may need to see evil, because that's what you are. But you are a waste of life. Like, yo, just imagine you just wake up hating people that you don't know. Like, this shit is some of the most weirdest shit in the world to me. A racist is weird to me. I don't get the ideology. I don't get none of that. I understand it. But it's weird to me. It's the dumbest shit in the world to me. A racist is the dumbest. Being racist is dumb. But people that are racist, they are the dumbest people in the world. There's no way impossible you just waking up to hate people you don't know. You mad at the dad for he's a traitor because he checked his kid about calling people slurs that's offensive? But then you get mad, black people taking my jobs and they're talking about white supremacy. They're hurting off at reverse racism. How the fuck you okay with reverse racism, but you're not okay? But you're not okay with reverse racism, but you're okay with your racism. Tell me how that makes sense. Tell me how that fucking makes sense. Mad at the fuck, he a traitor. Listen, first of all, as soon as you hear a motherfucker say you a traitor, you already know the person is a racist. That said the bullshit. Give me 1 second, y'all. My bad, people. I'm back. I'm trying to figure out where the fuck these ants coming from, man. I might gotta move this cabinet and shit. I had to spray again and shit. I might gotta put down that ointment shit. Where the fucking ants coming from, man? And then Yeah, I gotta, because I seen them once. I called them on the other side, but then they in this one spot. I gotta go look over there, man. I fuck around, probably gotta clear my whole motherfucking cabinet out. That's what it looked like. But anyway, let's move on, man. That's fucking bullshit. I've been spring cleaning and shit, but I don't know, for some reason now the fucking cat, man, they done fucked the food up already, gotten the damn food somehow. If it's cat food, I'd throw that shit away. Fucking down there, $70 for that fucking cat food. Anyway, let's move on.
Next, the comments section turned into a minefield. Quote, that boy's father just betrayed him. That boy won't never trust his father again. End quote. One person wrote, which prompted several fierce rebuttals. Quote, by disciplining him and teaching him not to spread hate, question mark. Someone replied, that was followed up with, quote, bro, what? He should have washed his mouth, end quote. Another noted that...
So let me understand this. So the father using foul language to the kid, that's much worse than the kid saying racist shit. I told you, a racist, you can't, listen, you can't even explain the thought process about how racist people really think. Like like, for some weird reason, they can make up shit in their mind to make whatever their racist talking point is or what they think make some type of sense to them. It's the most weirdest shit in the world. That's why I say, when you see racist people, when you see how they act, you be like, yo, what the fuck is wrong with y'all? Like, I look at them as weirdos. Listen, I say this all the time. Racist people are mentally ill. Something is wrong, because you listen to what they say, you be like, what the fuck? Like, who raised you motherfuckers? Like, this is a disease. Like, you almost like, yo, what the fuck? None of this shit. So the father cursing at the kid was worse than what the kid did. So you ignore what the kid did on some racist shit just because of the dad used foul language that you didn't like to scold his kid. Right? I guess that's how you're looking at it. Tell me how that makes any sense, people. It doesn't make any damn sense. The kid won't trust his father no more. I hope not. Not if he okay with being a racist or saying racist shit. Listen, if the kid grows up to be a fucking KKK member or a fucking white supremacist, I hope the father disown his ass. Just like white people should disown a lot of you racists, all you racist motherfuckers. These people are unbelievable. They live in a little racist bubble and they don't even think about the shit that comes out of their own mouth. Let's move on.
Father was teaching his son a valuable lesson. If an adult says that word in the streets, it might get really dangerous really quickly. Read the comment. It's good that a father teaches their son not to say it.
He said the father said what he said to the son using a cuss word is much dangerous in the street. Listen, stupid racist people. He ran into the right family, right? And the right black kids. If he ran into the wrong black kids and he called them niggas and shit, they'd have whipped his ass. He would have been in the hospital. A cuss word ain't as dangerous as calling. Never mind. You know what? To explain common sense to stupid people, it's actually is irrelevant at this point because you stupid. God damn, boy, these people stupid out here, man. We're amongst the stupid. I keep saying this. I've been saying this shit for years. We're amongst the stupid.
Yeah, that's the ultimate lesson, is it not? So there are things, and in parenting, you don't always get it right. Okay? You don't always get it right. The few times that I've had to engage,
it ain't even about just being a parent. As a human being, you never get it right. But if you are intentionally being stupid, or you continue to do fuck shit, then it's on you at that point. It ain't nobody else. You can't even get mad at other people's behavior, right? That combat your bullshit. Like at a certain point, it's you. But let's move on.
In punishing my child when my child was young, it was to take something away from my child or to put my child in her room and make her think about what she did. Okay? Very rarely did I have to do that.
That's why I said every child is different. Is because you're raising your kid a certain type of way and an environment may be different, right? Now, understand this. People, we're not talking about a kid using foul language. We're talking about a kid that says something very horrible that's offensive, that can affect other people. It doesn't just saying the N-word, regardless of whoever it comes from, a white young person or any other race that's outside of, or whatever. It hurts everybody, from the adults to the kids. It's just a word you listen. I keep saying this over and over again. I try not to use the N-word as much as I do, right? Because I get it, right? But white people or any other race can't tell me that I'm in the wrong or some shit like that because I slip up and say it or I say it, right? Or I use it, right? What the fuck? It don't affect you like that. It don't affect you the way it affects my people. And I'm not using it in the way that you're using it. Even when black people use it in anger, we're using it as damn near a cuss word. Well, real talk is part of our vocabulary in a way. Not excusing it. I'm just explaining it. Listen. It doesn't sound good coming out of people's mouths that's not black. Regardless if you're using the A at the end. It just doesn't sound right. Even when you hear rappers that ain't black using the word, it just don't really sound right. Even if they got the slang down pat, it just doesn't sound right. And maybe because I'm older, I catch that shit that it just don't come off right. But yeah, I don't like to hear even rappers that's not black using the word. I don't even like Mexicans using the word. Puerto Ricans, I really don't. But a part of me get it because of the environment they grew up in. Right? And believe it or not, a lot of environments, black neighborhoods, we allowed them to use it. So I can't get mad at them for using the word, but my thing is, understand every black person is not okay with you saying that word around them. And you can't get offended when we say, oh, please stop. Don't use that word. Like, you catch Fat Joe, he really don't want to use the word, but it's his environment. He grew up in it. Right? But it's cringe when I hear him say it now. It's cringe. I'm just being honest about it. And I'm just waiting for a black person on there to say, hey, yo, bro, don't use that word around me. I get it, but try not to use, at least try not to. I get it. I know it's going to slip out here and there. I'm just going to check you. Don't get offended. You shouldn't get offended, but try not to use the word around me, man. I don't like you using the word around me. And listen, it might seem unfair. He might be okay with the black dude in the room using the word. It seems unfair. Get over it. Life ain't fair. Black people gotta have something. God damn, we can't have shit. But anyway, let's move on.
Very simple rule. If the issue has something to do with,
and let me just say this too about black people when they say they can't stop using the word. You ain't never hear no rappers, entertainers that probably use the word a lot in interviews or whatever they do. When they got in front of Barack Obama and Michelle Obama, they don't be calling black people, they don't use the N-word like that. We conscious enough to know. That's why I said, listen, I ain't perfect. It slips out here and there. I say it on the show sometimes, right? But we know when, like, even when I be at work, around white people, I don't use that word around them. The motherfuckers slip out here and there sometimes, here and there, but I rarely, like, 99% I don't use the word around white people. Regardless if I think they cool or not. I just don't. I don't even like calling other black people N-words in front of white people. Or using a word, if we having a conversation and a white person there. Like, no. I don't want them to feel comfortable using that word around me. So, but like I said, we very conscious. Like, even when I'm around elders, I don't use that word around them like that. Here and there slip out. They give you a look, and then you be like, my bad. Like, you get what I mean? Like, even when I curse, I don't curse around my elders, but here and there it slip out. Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. I apologize. Like, you get what I mean? Like, it's all I'm saying to people that ain't black, stop thinking it's okay because certain black people allow you to use that word around. Everybody black is not okay with that shit. That's all I'm saying. That's like I know that I can say it around certain black people, use the N-word, but it's some black people, our elders and shit like that don't allow that shit. You get checked. You start watching your fucking mouth around them. Because it's a respect level. And to all the people that ain't black, when we say this as black people, don't come back and trying to come back with us when y'all use the word. It's a respect. If you respect us, respect us. You shouldn't even want to use the word anyway. But just respect other black people that may not be okay with it. God damn, it's not rocket scientists here. You ain't gotta go to school for this. There's a level of respect. The crazy shit about it, they want you to respect them, but they don't want to respect you. Fuck out of here with that shit. What if I just go around as just, y'all said I can just use the S word. Comments, you get what I mean? Like, stop.
a chore or cleaning up after yourself or whatever. That's not the place to create discipline. It's a place to create parenting, to be the reminder. But if the child does something that could put the child's life in danger,
right, and you got to think about it. If he was in a different environment with different black people, or it could have been that same environment with a different family, you don't know what could have happened to this kid. That's why when these motherfuckers on the internet talking about the father's a traitor, like, dude, you don't give a fuck about the kid. The kid saying that word could have ended his life. it's 10-year-old killers out here. Fuck are we like? Come on, man. And that's why I got be 10. Could have been 15-year-old and could have killed this little white boy. Like I told y'all, trying to understand racist people is a waste of time. It's a waste of time. And trying to explain shit to them is a waste of time. It's a waste of energy. Because if they do get it, it's even worse. But if they don't get it, it's like, man, what the fuck are we talking about? You're just that damn dumb. Let's move on.
I have to take that serious. And that's what this father did, in my opinion. His son going to black people, hurling the N-word, could cause his son significant danger. All right, sharing thoughts here.
I want to thank you, our friends over at Atlanta Black Star, for bringing this story today. I couldn't stop smiling as you went through it, even though this was a painful lesson for a child. It was a necessary one this child will never forget and will be better off for it. And the reason we should not, Doc, and I think you feel this way too, worry about the course, we all have different verbal skills, is because that was a love language. That was a love letter from a father to a son who was, by the way, the father stood there. There was every opportunity for the child to say, you say it. You heard, the black recipient of the N-word saying, I don't know where you learned this. That would have been the perfect opportunity. But now we know and believe that this father doesn't say that. He demonstrated his disappointment and public shaming in this case was good. It was right. It was valuable. The only thing that hurts me once I realize, why are you so happy about this, is that they're surprised and shocked because we don't believe this happens enough. In fact, we know it doesn't. Well, if only there were more. I love it. Keep praising this. I love it.
That's right. And the biggest question for me is this. Is the child who engaged in that behavior, is this child going to be better or worse at the end of the discipline? And I believe this child is going to be a better human being because he knows exactly the morals.
Listen, we're hoping that this kid learned from this situation. And hoping the dad stay on his ass. Because like I said, just this situation of embarrassing him like that, I would take his ass every week to Black History, some type of Black History museum, and make him hang around Black people to understand with elderly Black people and let him. What kid want to spend a weekend with old people, regardless of what race they are? Just being real. You get what I mean? Shit, I'm older. My nieces and nephews don't want to hang around me. I'm boring to them. I get it. It was different for me because when I was young, I wanted my aunts and uncles and shit. They was cool to me. Like, you get what I mean? So my elders was cool to me, but I mean these kids are different. It is what it is. You know what I mean? And like I said, I was a different kid too. I got like an old soul, so I could sit there with my elders and listen to classic old music and shit like that because I grew up on it too. Number one, but it was just different for me. I looked at my elders as cool. You know what I mean? They was cool, smooth. You know what I mean? If they had to get out of the gate, they'd get out the gate, whoop a little ass. But majority of the time, my elders was cool. Like they was on some. Everybody in the neighborhood knew who they were. Like it wasn't like, you get what I mean. So it's different now, and I get it. But yeah, but shout out to Dr. Richie for this clip. Shout out to that white father. You know what I mean? He did the right thing. Fuck them racist ass white people that say he a traitor and all that other shit. These be the same people that when their kid go around and commit a domestic terrorist type shit, they try to sit there and pretend that it wasn't them. But they on the internet talking about he's the traitor. These are the same people. We're not racist. And then they can't go out and commit domestic terrorists, kill innocent people and shit. And then these motherfuckers out here talking about it wasn't, we didn't raise him to be this way. Yeah, you did, because you was on the internet saying this bullshit. This is what I'm saying. These are the same people. But anyway, let's move on. These are the same people that's raising their kids to be racist. Just think about that. To be hateful to people. Not just black people. They hate people that, they call this man as a traitor to this race because he's disciplining his kid for saying some hateful shit. How the fuck but just to think of the thought process of these stupid people. But anyway, let's move on. Let's get into it about your boy Stephen A. Smith. This, I ain't even gonna say decided. Listen, the dude admitted when he was on the show when he heard Jaylen Brown response to his bullshit about Jaylen Brown. He said on the show, I'm gonna say way more stuff on my show when I get to my show. So it is a certain thing of a cap limit of what Stephen A. Smith can actually say on ESPN. It is. But is it really though? But it might be in his contract. Right? Like, but do it really matter? But this dude, Stephen A., like, yo, leave it alone, B. I mean, leave it alone, B. Leave it alone, bro. Like, just leave this shit alone. Stop. Stephen A. really genuinely think he's bigger than these NBA stars, these athletes. He really genuinely thinks that. Like, you're beef. Listen, it's like even beefing with LeBron. Like, dude, you're not on LeBron James level. You're not even 10 times more famous than LeBron. And then the bad part about Stephen A. is you're only really famous of turning down your own black people or saying stupid shit. Being a goofy. LeBron is famous overall for who he is. And you know what is starting to come up. That's why I always told you, I believe Stephen A. Smith and Jason, when they was arguing going back and forth, I said, I ain't taking no sides on that shit. They the same people. Listen, Stephen A. is jealous that he couldn't be who LeBron and them was. He felt that instead of him being grateful, he felt the lane, right? Because Stephen A. Smith did not get a scholarship for journalism. He got a scholarship for basketball, for being an athlete. And he still got lucky. They still gave him, he still, still went to school. And he transitioned to journalism, sports journalism or whatever, right? But it's like Rashad McCants and a lot of those dudes that their careers never worked out to be who they were, right? They criticize dudes that got blessed, part lucky, right? That lasted longer in their careers to where there's somebody. And regardless if you thought you was nicer than a motherfucker, don't matter. Right? When it comes to a career. Right? I'm nicer than the motherfucker. Motherfucker better than you though. His career is better. Get over it. But it's all jealousy with Stephen A. It's just jealousy. I see it a lot of times, even with the athletes. The former athletes, the ones that got hurt. You see, the Gilbert, them dudes. A lot of those dudes, they bitter niggas. You hear Rashad McCants, like, he go out his way to say stupid shit. That like he's so like he knows about the game of basketball on a superstar level. You was never a superstar in the NBA. Listen, college, we get that. College players, listen, we understand that. Some people are college legends. We get that. But ain't nothing like the professionals. It's nothing like the professionals. Nothing like the professionals. Like, nigga, we don't disrespect D Rose like that. We know D Rose career didn't go as great. He might not even be up. I believe he'll Hall of Fame. He'll be a Hall of Fame. If Tracy McGrady made it in the Hall of Fame, he would be, because at least he got MVP and he made a lot of first teams and all that shit. But anyway, but you don't hear people disrespecting D Rose because he got hurt. You don't hear people disrespecting him because they knew how great D Rose was. A lot of these athletes that you see on these podcasts, they be out here disrespecting. I'm gonna get to my point, people. But you see all of them sitting out here, they disrespecting greats, shitting on some of these NBA stars and shit like that. Like, nigga, you niggas was never stars. Was never stars. Rashad McCants was never a star. People think, oh, you got drafted in the top 5, top 6, top. Like, nigga, okay, and you still turned out to be trash. And I mean trash like he ain't had no game. Your career was trash. You don't even have a career. I'm going to tell y'all something that people don't really get about Rashad McCants, right? Understand, this is why this nigga career went the way it went. People don't want to ever say this, but it's actually factual. When he started fucking with them Kardashians, come on, man. Think about everybody that fucked with the Kardashians. Look how their career turned out. They could have been on top of the world, but look when they go fucking with them. Look what happens. Their career ain't never the same. Only motherfucker that you can kind of really say his career has kind of been what it is Travis Scott. And he was probably even more bigger before he was fucking with one of them Kardashians. He don't even, like, his music ain't the same. Nobody really, like, especially from the black community, we don't really rock with him like that. Now, he maybe got the white audience. He got another genre of music. I get that. But I'd be talking about Travis Scott like that. Like, these dudes, like, you fuck with them Kardashians, your career get fucked up. Like, seriously. And that's what happened to him. And then he always be trying to act like he understands other players that's getting blackballed from the league. Listen, if you just listen to Rashad McCants, you listen to him and listen to the shit that come out of his mouth. Like, dude, you arrogant for no apparent reason. You disrespectful for no apparent reason. You pretend you know more than everybody. Like, you don't listen. So just imagine this dude, you trying to coach this dude on the highest level, and he don't listen. He got an attitude. Let's move on. But anyway, my whole point is to circle all the way back around. This is Stephen A. Stephen A. Smith is the same as McCann's. They had a better NBA career or college career course. But this is Stephen A. Stephen A, when he goes at these athletes like that and he get personal, it's because he knows he's jealous and he knows that he's not on that level. And then when they can, now that the times we in, now these dudes can switch over to do what they can do in a later age. Even if they get hurt, they can transition over to doing what he does. And mind you, Stephen A. Smith is the guy. The problem with that is that he's alienating people. Because he thinks the more popularity he gets of being this buffoon, it's helping his career. Listen, and it's been helping them. But sooner or later, people get turned. Listen, when them white folks get tired of you, you done. Listen, you got to be a Scott, a good old boy. You know why Tim Scott been lasting so long? Because he understands about being a sellout. He understands he can't come back. He can't come back. And listen, no, part of you gotta respect it. He understands I got to be this sellout if I want to be successful. Listen, out of all the coons, I believe Tim Scott understands how shit works in this country. He genuinely does. Him and Clarence Thomas. Clarence Thomas. They the top flight coons of the universe. These niggas top flight. They know the game. Listen, they don't have an ideology. They're not a Republican. They're not a Democrat. They're none of that shit. They are sellouts. And they don't understand how the world works. They understand how this country works. Listen, don't ever get that shit twisted about Tim Scott and Clarence Thomas. Clarence Thompson. These dudes are highly educated dudes. They've been through some shit in their life. They know what the fuck is going on. They're not stupid. They're not in a bubble like y'all think. These are top flight coons. And Stephen A. Smith is trying to push himself to get there. That's where he's trying to go. Y'all keep acting. He's using us. Some of you black niggas think, oh, it seems so good, dude. No. He's trying to get on that Tim Scott, Clarence Thompson level of coonery, to where he ain't got to fake it no more. Clarence Thompson don't fake it no more. Tim Scott don't even fake it no more, nigga. Just because we say, oh, he lying, when he say, oh, well, I'm not a, it's no such thing, a racist, America's not a racist country. Nigga, he is supposed to say that. He's going to say that. He's going to go against everything that's right. He's going to side with everything that's wrong and white. Like, he knows what the fuck he's doing, bro. And that's why Stephen A. want to get in that lane. Look at Tim Scott. Listen, Tim Scott have had a career for 4 decades. Damn near. At least 3. 2 or 3. Going on 3, but maybe two decades. Clarence Thompson got about 4. Like, these dudes know what the fuck they doing. So us getting mad at them is like, okay. We see you, nigga. You think Clarence Thompson and Tim Scott is upset that black people call him a sellout, call them sellouts, you think they care? No. And there's going to be a point of time when Stephen A. Smith gets to that point that where he's not even going to care that black people call him sellouts. He still cares a little bit. But I know the game he's running. He's trying to get in that Tim Scott situation. Listen.
Stephen A.
My bad. Think about coons, right? Sellouts. They make money with white racists, not black people, right? But the other part you need to think about, why do y'all think that they're okay with that? Right? But then they try to say, we trying to help black people. How is that helping black people when you're doing the same thing a racist does? All black people is like this. And if you disagree with what I'm saying, you think like the fucked up black people that do fucked up shit. Right? Like that shit is weird. You're intentionally putting black people in a bubble. But then you act like we wrong as black people to be like putting you in the bubble. Like, nigga, what are you talking about? But it's the hypocrisy for me. But like I said, I'm smart enough I get it. Listen, you're not helping our people by every chance you get to tear us down. You don't say nothing. Even if a black person disagree with your ideology, right? Okay. You still won't give them props for the shit that they actually do for the community. And then you acting like because somebody disagree with your ideology, they're horrible. That's where this shit has got at this point. So it's like, yo, as a black person, you sell out niggas. Like, nigga, I don't give a fuck about. You don't define what good black people are. You are far from that. You don't even have a say into that. You can't have a say in who's good and who's bad in the black community. You already chose a side. If I don't agree with you, I'm a horrible black person. I hate America. I hate I really hate black people. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? You too woke. Like, what the fuck? Motherfucker, as black people, as a whole, I don't think we woke enough. So who the fuck are you, a sellout coon, to tell another black person like me that I'm too woke or we too woke? Motherfucker, we ain't woke enough. Because we ain't woke enough to your bullshit, number one. Pushing white supremacy. Listen, I say this all the time to my black folks. We really genuinely got to really be very careful of who, as black people, certain black people we put on pedestals. These motherfuckers ain't even worthy of our support or giving some type of empathy or sympathy for. You just look at Stephen A. Look what he's doing. This nigga can't help himself every chance he get. People be talking about, why he don't be going at the white people? Because he don't talk about them like that. He don't talk about them white athletes like that. And my point is proven, or somebody that's white got a little power or whatever. Right? You ain't never see Stephen A. go at the Mark Cuban. Mark Cuban just did some fuck shit with Trump. You ain't gonna hear him talk about it. You ain't gonna never hear him talk about it. He's scared of white people. regardless if they're on the left or the right. You think he gonna go at the Joe Biden? Well, he gonna roll up on Joe? No. He went at the Michelle Obama because he knew that the racists was going to back him up, and it was some hateful ass black women out here that was going to side with him. Right? He understood the dynamics of shit. And he understands that Barack is not going to speak up for his wife. Because if that was me, I'd have gotten his ass. Disrespecting my wife. But like I said, Barack, he biracial. He got that white in him too. Look at Ted Cruz. Look what he allowed Donald Trump to do. But he's the biggest dick rider for Donald Trump. You can't disrespect my wife. And I don't give a fuck what our ideology is. You can't disrespect my wife like that. Fuck the campaign. You crossed the line. This ain't political at this point. You went personal. You went beyond personal. It's my wife. Who the fuck are you disrespecting? And listen, and it couldn't have been me because if I'm Ted Cruz, I'd have said, hey, well, your wife a whore. You married a whore. Your wife only got a visa and is an American citizen because she's a whore. We don't know where this bitch is from. Is she from Russia or is she from Ukraine? Like, where the fuck is she from? Be real. Give me 1 second, y'all. I'll be right back. And then we get into Stephen A. shit. All right, my bad, people. I'm back. All right, let's get into the Stephen A. shit.
Stephen A, Stephen B, Stephen C. Like, my offer still stands. You want me to be quiet and stop streaming? Well, I want you to be quiet and get off these networks because you're not using your platform to do real journalism. You're using your platform to use clickbait.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the latest edition of Straight Shooter with yours truly, Stephen A. That was Jaylen Brown of the Boston Celtics, essentially saying F Stephen A and all of this other stuff because he didn't like what I had to say to him. As you know, with Straight Shooter, I'm usually doing politics on Wednesday.
Because you always get personal. You always get personal. Hold on, y'all. Let me let the dog in. It's raining again. Don't just stop. This did stop, but it's back raining again. Come on, Jack. Go ahead, eat some food. Eat. Go eat.
Nights from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time over the airways of Sirius XM POTUS Radio, channel 124. A couple of times a week I do something on YouTube, and obviously the latest involves Mr. Jaylen Brown coming at me the way that he did. Listen, he's wrong. He's wrong. He's full of it. And that wasn't necessary.
Listen, wow. This is how arrogant this dude is. He say, oh, he's wrong. You ain't say, never mind. I ain't even gonna go. Never mind. Never mind. This nigga Stephen A. Smith, the arrogance of this dude is just unbelievable, man. This dude really think he right about everything he says. He's never wrong. But the problem with that is he's a borderline psychopath. He's a borderline psychopath. This is how psychopaths think. You see Trump, he don't think he ever wrong about nothing. Even when he is wrong, he find a way to figure out how he's right. That's why you see Stephen A. Smith all the time continue to go out there and defend certain stupid shit that Trump does. You see anybody defend, I don't know what Trump does. It'll be good or bad. You don't defend a motherfucker that do more cruel shit than good shit. I don't fuck what they do. That's why I said, oh, you know what? Look. He took a motherfucker that scammed millions of people for $1 billion. He was a good father. So he stole people money. The fuck up. Never mind. Let's move on, bro. I swear that these people are unbelievable. I told you we live amongst the stupid.
Mr. Jaylen Brown coming at me the way that he did. Listen, he's wrong. He's wrong. He's full of it. And that wasn't necessary. But I get it. I understand it. You know, if I got bounced out in the first round after having a 3-1 lead, and I'm home watching the rest of the playoffs, when I've already been a champion in the finals, MVP and stuff like that, I know what success looks like. If I'm Jaylen Brown, being home must be very, very frustrating.
Stephen A., you didn't just criticize him for his basketball, bro. You got personal. And see, this is the narcissistic shit that he does. This is how he bamboo his fan base and the people that watch him and support him. Nigga, you got personal. You could have just stuck to the game. This nigga started bringing up how it's no. I heard it from people in the league, former Boston Celtics people that don't like you and all this other shit. What the fuck are you talking about, bro? You got personal. Oh, he don't want to stick it to the game. The thing about it, Jaylen Brown, all he said is this is a success. He felt like it was a success for him. It wasn't nothing personal to a certain extent, like he was shitting on his teammates or anybody like that. He didn't do none of that. See, this is what I'm saying about the narrative. You may not like what Jaylen said, like, oh, it's a successful season, and they got bounced out in the second round and had a 3-1 lead. That's okay. Talk about that. But Stephen A. got personal. He got personal. Matter of fact, hold on. Y'all think I'm lying about this show? Let me see if I can find the clip real quick. See if I can find the clip. Stephen A. Smith on First Take criticizing Jaylen Brown.
Stephen A. Smith on First Take criticizing Jaylen Brown.
I think I got it. Now you tell me if now mind you, all Jaylen Brown said was he thought it was a success of a season for him personally. Now you can disagree with it or whatever of what he said as far as he didn't shit on his teammates, he didn't shit on the organization, he didn't shit on the fans, he didn't shit on Jason Tatum, he didn't shit on nobody. He basically was like trying to motivate motherfuckers. Yo, we had a good season. Nobody thought we would even be here. It was like that type of shit. He didn't criticize nobody, but listen to Stephen A. Make sure I get the clip. Fucking commercial people. Give me a second. And the bad part about it, it's almost like he does this shit on purpose to antagonize people to get a response so he can go viral. Because he didn't have to say this shit. He could have just stuck the basketball, but he chose not to. Here we go.
It's Monday. I am Shay Cornett. Jay Williams back in the building. It's been a minute. Hello.
I'm here.
Stephen A., good morning to you. How are you?
What's up, baby? Shay. I hope you had a wonderful, marvelous weekend. My brother, what's up, baby? What's up, good dog, man?
The Sixers to the semis in the Eastern Conference. The Celtics did not have Jason Tatum, and they were sent home yesterday. Jaylen Brown did not hold back, talking about Embiid on his live stream. Listen to this.
Flopping has ruined our game. Joel Embiid is a great player.
Listen, and that was the thing too. It was about flopping. This is all basketball, people. It's all basketball. It's been plenty of players, coaches came out and said the rest be on some bullshit and niggas flop too much. Players that play and players that former players. Niggas flop too much. Now, the timing of this, of him saying it, maybe you like, come on, Jaylen. You had a 3-1 lead. But that's his own personal feelings. Now, you can disagree with it. But you ain't got to get personal. But let's move on.
In basketball history, flops. He know it. This ain't breaking news. This ain't, you know what I mean? It is what it is.
Okay, and he wasn't done after that. Brown also took issue with the officiating, adding this on his live stream. Listen.
Our team finished that.
Listen, you notice they got a white woman on there, blonde hair, because her hair is really black, you could tell. Blonde her hair. And they took with Molly off. I think Molly was she Hispanic or something. She's something like that. She's some type of she's Mexican. She Hispanic. I'll tell you that. She got that in her. And they took her off. Listen, don't get me wrong. Molly, I couldn't stand that woman because she kept trying to give her points a little too. She got too comfortable. I believe. Like, you the moderator. Be the fucking moderator. Right? You're not the star of the show. You can't be the star of the show. And she was trying to make herself that, but she wasn't. And I think that's part of what happened to her. But still, Stephen A. Smith did still threw her under the bus. I'm about, I ain't gonna go fight for her though. Yeah, I bet you wouldn't. And listen, a part of you can't even blame Stephen A. because of how Molly was acting on that show. But the other part is he trying to pretend that he stood up for her. He be lying. But anyway, let's move on. Anyway, let's go back a little bit. This lady, I ain't even gonna lie to you. No disrespect to this woman. She probably a good person. I don't, for all I know. She just taking over somebody else's spot like that, and she just come off as being phony to me. My opinion. Lady could be a good person, not trying to like shit on her character, who she is as a person. She just come off as a little fake to me. That's it. You know what I mean? No disrespect to her. I understand it could come off as disrespect, but it's not. It's just how she comes off. But anyway, let's move on.
It is what it is.
Okay, and he wasn't done after that. Brown also took issue with the officiating, adding this on his live stream. Listen.
Our team finished dead last to get calls, and I was vocal about it. I got thrown out some games, or etc. And they keep saying like it's push off and stuff like that. You know how many players do that? That is such it's the common play, a basketball play. Every player does it. So why are you targeting me? They clearly had an agenda. Like maybe because I spoke and I was critical of the refs in the regular season. So you know how they responded.
And Jalen, and that's what it was. That's what it was. Listen, the one thing I do know, it don't matter which sport it is, right? But mainly the NBA. You can't call them officials out like that. And listen, I love Jaylen Brown. I love his game. I love his personality. I love him as a person. I think he's a great dude. I believe he's a great dude. But bruh, the one thing listen, I think he do know this, but I think he want to fight against the grains so much. It's almost that AI shit, right? But it's a little different. Listen, you can't call them refs out like that. Even white coaches that they cross the line a little too much, calling out them refs in public like that, they get recommended. Like they get shunned. But it's different for a black player too. It's different for a black player. Cause nigga, no, you black. You can't say certain shit. Even though this is a black league, we know this. And the NBA cater more to, no disrespect to other races of people, but it's a black league. They cater to the black folks. And I'm okay with that. Love it. But it's still, nigga, you still a nigga. And you gotta watch how you speaking about them officials. Going live like that. And speaking in public like that. You gotta watch that shit. That's just on some respect that I love Jaylen Brown. And I know he been getting snubbed for shit. Because now you know the media don't really fuck with him. And now the officials don't fuck with him. They ain't gonna fuck with him. And now the league on his ass. So any slippage in his game, right? Because I think Jalen, like, what, 27, 28? Oh, shit. He in his prime now. So he got about a good 5 years. But in this prime right now, he slip up. He don't have good seasons and shit. Oh, nigga, they going to try to get him out. Listen, they already talking about trading him for Giannis, which I don't think is a bad thing. Listen, and I'm going to say this in a respectful way to Jalen. His personality and who he is fits a market like that, like Minnesota. Like, they don't really, I'm popping. You know what I mean? Nobody really want to go to Minnesota. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not a big franchise. It's not a big state for like that type of shit. But he fits that. His personality fits that. He about playing the game. He about results. Like shit, if you listen, honestly, let's just say this. If somehow, some way, just hypothetical, if the Minnesota Bucks could get Jaylen Brown and still keep Giannis in Minnesota, hey man, what we talking about here? What we talking about? What we talking about? Yo, them dudes will be dangerous. Giannis, and Jaylen Brown? Okay. And let me put this another way. People like, oh, the rumors of trading Jaylen Brown for Giannis and Giannis go to Boston. It's a good fit, but I don't know if now a younger Giannis is probably have been better. But you're talking about Giannis in his prime, because Giannis still in his prime. I don't know if this is a good fit. Listen, he done grew into who he is. Giannis is who he is. This might not be a good fit. This is about a 60-40. 60% is a good fit. 40% is not. It's Giannis. Giannis in his prime right now. He's still in his prime. Like, what we talking about here? Giannis maybe got about 2-3 years that he's still in his prime, and he out of it. Giannis get ready to be a veteran. Well, he considered a veteran at this point. But come on, bro. He's still an elite player. He's still in his prime, too. Like, yo, I don't know if this is a good fit. I think it's a better fit with him and Jaylen in Minnesota. If somehow way the Bucks can get Jaylen. Like when they had, listen, I'm going to tell you some good shit. Even though it probably wouldn't have happened at that time. The times is fucked up. But let's just say that they got Dame Dollar. And this shit happening with Jaylen and everything. Everything's happening. I believe that they probably could have got Jaylen Brown. Sent Dame Dollar over there with future shit, whatever. I'd have gave the picks. You talking about putting Jaylen Brown with Giannis in Minnesota? Come on, bro. Come on, man. Good fit. But I want Jaylen Brown to understand, bro, you still black. So, yeah, I get it. You're a $300 million man. And, you know, everybody know you're elite. You top 10. Shit, this year you showed you top 5. So, you know, watch yourself, bro. You still black. Understand that. And you're a highly very intelligent person. And I think that's what Stephen A. Smith is so mad at, that you ain't a dumbass athlete. That's why part of why he be so upset. He mad at you. He had this beef with you because he think that he's more intelligent than you. He trying to discredit who you are as a dumbass athlete. But he can't do that. And he knows he can't. So he gets in the gutter of sending shots that he shouldn't be sending. He get personal because he can't. You ain't a stupid athlete. But let's move on.
Like we gonna call every. You're gonna lead the playoffs in offensive shots.
They clearly had an agenda. Okay, lots to unpack there. Stephen A., any issue with what Jaylen Brown had to say yesterday?
Big time issue. And let me say this. There is no issue because he lied. Certainly Joel Embiid flopped sometimes, but considering his considerable injury history, you know what? It's not hard to imagine Joel Embiid falling to the floor, even though he's 7'1", 270 pounds. I mean, considering the weaknesses of his hips, his legs, his knees, his ankles, his feet, everything. I mean, this man has had every injury known to man. We expect Joel Embiid to be on the floor more.
I wanted to ask a question, too. Who's more athletic? Was it Is it Joel Embiid or Shaq? Shaq was 300 pounds and he was athletic. The fuck are we talking about here? Right? And I told y'all, part of why these niggas are getting hurt in the game, especially a lot of the big men, right? They don't last that long in the league or they get hurt a lot. And niggas, you know what I mean, that's tall like that, is because they got to keep the way the pace of the fucking game is going. It's exciting, but these niggas are getting hurt. Everybody ain't LeBron. Honestly. And you got to understand, LeBron career he probably would have got hurt in this era if he started in this era. Running up and down the fucking court like that. Especially in his prime. Because your prime is you at your peak, but the end is around the corner. Because you done put in so much work, all that banging and shit, that shit adds up after a while. It happens to all the greats, right? LeBron probably wouldn't have lasted in this league this long if this league was what it was. Running up and down the fucking court like that. Honestly. Even, listen, and I'm going to say this on some real shit. Kobe and them was still, that era they were still in, even when LeBron came in, it still was, that era was still kind of what it was a little bit. But it's, you see the shit start to transition. It wasn't like the 90s. Like, niggas got physical. They could hand check you. They could keep their hand on you. Put their body on you. And the shit like, the 90s was different, bro. It was more physical. Niggas was getting clothesline. Okay? So, no. I don't, listen. LeBron could have played in the era. He wouldn't have lasted as long in the 90s. Right? Or in the 80s. He would have lasted long. And I don't think he would have lasted long in this era. Because they run up and down too much. That's what they do. They run up and down. And that's why a lot of these niggas getting hurt. It's not conditioning. It's too much, bro. And people are like, oh, they ain't practicing like that. Yo, you're talking about you putting these dudes out there for whole games. Whole games. Running up and down the fucking court. Listen, one thing you can give this props for, stamina. These niggas gotta have stamina to be in this running up and down the court like that. That's crazy. Anyway, let's move on.
Often than not, it's just the way that it is, and the way that it has been. I understand where Jaylen Brown is coming from, but here's why it's just an awful, awful look for him. Bro, you get paid over $300 million. $300 million. You were an MVP candidate. You were up 3-1 in this series. Did you say anything when you were up 3-1? Did you say anything then? No, you didn't. And the fact of the matter is, Joel Embiid missed the first 3 games of this series, came back.
And first of all, let me say this. What that got to do with his money? The league, a lot of y'all look at, even me to a certain extent, I look at Jason Tatum as that guy. He's the number one option. They ain't winning without him. But what I have understood too, to give Jaylen Brown his props, I don't know if Jason Tatum can win without him. I don't know that. Now, we don't know if Jaylen Brown could win without Jason Tatum, because Jason Tatum brought his ass back when he shouldn't have, and he still wound up getting hurt. Fuck out of here. So we don't know if we know Jaylen can be a number 2. We know that. But we don't know fully he could be a number 1 because of what Jason Tatum did coming back. So at the end of the day, I'm giving Jaylen Brown a pass for losing a 3-1 lead. The fuck out of here. And like I said, Jason Tatum got hurt in that shit because he get ready to bring up Joel and B coming back. He ain't played all that. Well, but that's to let you know something. But what you don't say is that Jason Tatum was hurt. Let's move on.
You were up 3-1 in this series. Did you say anything when you were up 3-1? Did you say anything then? No, you didn't. And the fact of the matter,
that's what I wanted to say. I wanted to say, like I'm saying even now to Jason Tatum. Jaylen Brown. I think he understood that he couldn't say certain shit. Right? They got PR people. But and now he want to come out and talk about it. Yeah, you can be upset about that. Like, I don't want to hear about that shit. Like, listen, I understand what happened. I get it. I get Stephen A's point about you ain't say that shit before. Well, I agree with Stephen A on that. Should be saying this shit now. You lost, bro. But I understand he's trying to break shit down how he feels or what happened in that series. You can't get, you can disagree, but you can't get personal with it. And that's all Stephen A did.
Joel Embiid missed the first 3 games of the series, came back in game 4, dropped 26, and the Sixers still got blown out. You said nothing. And then all of a sudden, here you are after blowing a 3-1 lead, you know what I'm saying, for the first time in Celtics history, and you're going to sit up there
and what he doesn't say is Jason Tatum got hurt. You gotta understand, he's going up against, if Joel Embiid say he ain't played the first 3 or whatever, Joel Embiid played, right? You still got motherfucking Paul George out there. You still got Maxey out there. These ain't no fucking scrubs. These are elite players. Maxey, people will say Maxey is a top 10 player. At least top 15. Paul George top 20. Like, these ain't bum ass dudes. And then you throw Joel Embiid in there. And then you do Jason Tatum. He down there. He hurt. Come on, bro. But like I said, this is basketball. This dude, Stephen A. Smith, get personal for no apparent reason. But let's move on.
I don't know whether it was a video or a podcast or whatever, complaining about him flopping. How about all them damn missed jump shots your teammates made? Wide open, Jay. Wide open. Okay? I don't even want to count.
So what is it? He's supposed to criticize his team for missing wide open shots? Because you're not talking about him at this point. He didn't do shit wrong. He did his thing. Jaylen Brown scored over 20-something points that whole series. He did what he's supposed to do. He did MVP shit, candidate type shit. What the fuck that got to do with him? So now you want him to criticize his teammates? Which he can do. It's easy for him to do it. He was just talking about calls. And mainly the calls that he got criticized, he got penalized for. Stephen A., you can't have it both ways, bro. Let's move on.
The amount of time these cats miss big points. How about how Peyton Pritchard would have put the game away if he had hit a three from the left corner late in the game? That would have sealed Philadelphia's fate, but it didn't happen. How about the fact that y'all were up 20 and the Sixers, and you know, y'all were down 20, I'm sorry, and you pulled to within one. And then over the last 2 minutes, the Boston Celtics launched 6 straight threes. Didn't even try to get to the hole. We're talking about Jaylen Brown here. We're talking about a cat.
No. How you blame Jaylen for these niggas? Listen, I said this a while ago. Even when they won a championship, you not beating Boston if they're on fire and everybody clicking and they shooting their threes. You're not beating them. I said that shit when they won the championship, and that's how they won it. But when them niggas is not making threes, they're not beating anybody top tier in the league. These are facts. That ain't nothing new. But that's not Jaylen Brown's fault. You blaming Jaylen Brown for other players doing that shit in coaching? That's a coaching thing. It's not Jaylen Brown's fault. He doesn't even shoot those many threes like that. But like I say, this nigga Stephen A. Let's move on.
2 minutes. The Boston Celtics launched 6 straight threes. Didn't even try to get to the hole. We're talking about Jaylen Brown here. We're talking about a cat 6'6", 6'7", MVP candidate, averaged damn near 30 a game without Jason Tatum and at least 25 with him there, who can get to the hole anytime he wants to, who can finish above the rim at the basket damn near anytime he wants to against anybody, even though Paul George was doing his
But I think, listen, and I said this shit a live stream ago. Listen, you're talking about a dude that came into the season, was not expecting the other dude, which is Jason Tatum, to even be in the season. So it was his responsibility to be that dude. At the end of the fucking season, all of a sudden you hear whispers, Jason Tatum is most likely trying to come back. That not just fuck Jaylen Brown up or what he's doing, because he's in MVP conversations, top 3, top 5. It fucks the whole team up. You don't put that type of shit. You don't call out Jason Tatum, which people should be calling out Jason Tatum, or why they lost. Listen, they lost that motherfucking series against Philadelphia because of Jason Tatum and the management of the Boston Celtics. Jason Tatum should have never came back. They was the fucking second seed, bro. With with Jaylen Brown. We don't need you, bro. Not now. Get healthy. Let's come back and do some shit. All Jason Tatum did was play damn near above average great play that he normally would play. But you can watch the games and see this nigga wasn't fully himself. This is some shit he probably should have did in the beginning of the season to get himself ready for the for us like being in shape for us playing professional basketball. You come 16 games at the end of the year when we got Danny goes to 60-something games and we win, we the second seed. Nah, bro. I'm not blaming Jaylen Brown for this season. Get the fuck out of here. And that was already the narrative right there that pissed me off. What we blaming him for? He averaged what he averaged. Or he should have stepped up more. You throw the chemistry off with this nigga coming back. You just don't turn that shit on like that. When the chemistry is, before he got hurt, was me and him. I know how to play second fiddle. I know when to do my thing. But you had a whole season where I do my thing. And then you tell me we got to go back to the shit that we used to do. It's going to fuck up your momentum. And then you got to understand the other guys that was stepping up. It fucks them up too. That's why they was missing so many shots. Because they played well through the whole season. Nobody was talking about, oh, they took too many threes. They took the same threes they took in the beginning till this dude started getting hurt. Jason Tatum, the fuck out of here. But Stephen A. Smith supposed to be the sport analyst. No, he's just getting personal.
Into the hole anytime he wants to, who can finish above the rim at the basket damn near anytime he wants to against anybody, even though Paul George was doing his thing defensively this series. The point is that when something like that happens, you cannot have the residue of that experience you griping about Joel Embiid flopping. That is not why the Boston Celtics lost. The Boston Celtics lost because they lived and died with the three, because they played dumb basketball down the stretch. They didn't exercise any kind of intelligence whatsoever. They just lost.
Now, listen, we can leave it there Stephen A. Smith is right. But why are you blaming Jaylen Brown for that? He's not the coach. He's not these other dudes. Hey, man, you're taking bad shots. Just chucking up. They always did that. He keep acting like the Boston Celtics was something different. They've been taking bad shots. Not bad shots, but they've been taking a lot of threes. They always been doing it. Ain't nothing new. But with Jaylen, it was more structured. As soon as this nigga come back, everybody get to shooting threes. Like they ain't got no fucking sense. It's all Jaylen Brown's fault. Because he didn't step up because this dude came back and fucked the whole fucking chemistry up amongst the team. When he should have just stayed his ass out and kept rehabbing. Fucking ridiculous, bro. Let's move on.
Three after three, and missed 6 or 7 straight threes in the last 2 minutes. They blew this opportunity. They hit with 3-1 and you lost. This is not the time to be talking about Joel Embiid flopping. Damn sure not doing a damn show about it, a podcast show or a video show about it. I mean, it would have been bad if he was sitting up there just answering a question from the media, Jay. He didn't do that.
First of all, Stephen A., when people call you out for doing certain shit in your profession of Matter of fact, it ain't your profession, but you stepping around politics and motherfuckers call you out, you still come back out and speak. What's the difference? What's the difference, bro? You got a problem with him calling out people? What the fuck is wrong with you, bro? You are a hypocrite. But that's what I mean about him getting personal and being a hypocrite. Calling out people. Like, what the fuck are you on? You do the same shit. You're hypocritical ass. People tell you, oh, stop talking about politics. You don't know what you're talking about. You're not educated. Still come back out and stand on bullshit when you know you're wrong. And say, well, I ain't lying. I'm standing on it. But you mad at Jaylen Brown because he brought us some shit about Embiid being a flopper. And the refs not calling fouls when they supposed to. First of all, Stephen A. This is sports, bro. The refs fuck up. They fuck up all the time. You even call the refs out. What the fuck? The only difference is you don't get penalized for calling out them refs when they fuck up. But the players do. The players do. You such a fucking hypocrite, bro.
He went out and made a video in the locker room. Yeah. Extensively getting into his flopping. Is that I can't believe that Jaylen Brown decided to leave that.
How many coaches did that? They call out motherfuckers flopping and calling out the refs. And they leave it as that. You don't disrespect them. Let's move on.
Memory as to why y'all lost a 3-1 lead in the aftermath of blowing that and losing in the first round as a number 2 seed in the Eastern Conference. That is the memory you've left us all.
The whole thing is this, too, as well, what Stephen A. won't bring up. Jason Tatum got hurt. He got hurt. Oh, Jaylen Brown, he was MVP candidate. When Jason Tatum came back, it took this nigga, especially when he played good, it took this nigga out the conversation of MVP. Literally. But Stephen A. Smith acting like he don't know that though. He know everything else, but he don't know that. It literally took this dude out the MVP conversation when Jason Tatum came back and played good. Not just good, he had great games. No, this is why he and the notion to go around, the shit go around, the narrative go around. Oh, and this is why Jason Tatum is, he's better than Jaylen Brown. That all came back. It all came back. Listen, these motherfuckers excused, like I'm not excused, but they disregard or ignore or kind of had this ignorant shit or forgetful shit. They forgot that Jaylen Brown carried the Celtics the whole fucking season. MVP shit, and then this nigga come back. Hey, that's why we say that he ain't that dude. That's why we say that Jason Tatum is better than him. Literally, they did that shit through the media. You didn't hear Stephen A. Smith fighting back against that shit. But now you want Jason Tatum to get hurt. Now all of a sudden, now, oh, you lost a 3-1 lead. Not bringing up that this nigga got hurt. We playing good without him. They was beating the Celtics through the regular season. Like you, come on, bro. Stop. It's like it's disingenuous. It's disingenuous. And then he don't bring up full facts. He just straight go personal. Never bring up other shit, but he just goes straight personal on Jaylen Brown, like it's his fault. Like, come on, bro. Come on, my people. Like, this dude, man, unbelievable. Listen, I get it. Jason Tatum is likable. I get that. Personality, I get it. But this dude, if you want to be real about it, he did some selfish shit coming back. I ain't like it. And I said, I don't think this dude should come back. The fuck out of here. Let Jaylen Brown do his thing. Listen, they was up. Listen, this probably could have been a sweat if Jason Tatum wouldn't have came back. They probably would have fucking wiped out them. They probably wouldn't even let them get a game. Drew Embiid came back later or whatever the fuck he did. Man, they just swept him. They just swept them, man. The fuck out of here. You can take Jason Tatum out of it. I believe they just swept the fucking 76ers. Joel B wasn't playing. Jason Tatum, if he didn't play, come on, bro. They still could have swept them. Get the fuck out of here, bro. Like, we just giving passes to Jason Tatum and then he tried to use Jason Tatum. You know, he came on my show, he didn't come on yours. My shit is more important than yours. Like, what the fuck, bro? And Jason Tatum should know better, allow this dude to use him like that against his own teammates, even if you got an issue with Jaylen Brown. Fuck out there. You don't let no nigga outside do that. Please.
I can't believe he did that. I can't believe it.
So I think two things here. You just made mention of the residue of the experience, right? Well, I often see you on the show, we talk about things being fluid, right? The residue of the experience is fluid and is different when it is fresh as opposed to it being 48 hours later. Very different, right? So this residue was fresh because he's come off the game and he's speaking very emotionally, which to me is kind of like a PR nightmare because that's not the only thing he said. He said a lot of other things too about this being the best season. I think there's a lot of things that you just say emotionally. You don't really think about the ramifications of what you're saying because it may not sound as serious to you, but it can lead people down roads of saying, oh, your best season came without Jason Tatum being there, leadership-wise, and you're so proud. All these things that they could be accurate, but why say them now? And the second thing is, how many times in our life, when you have conversations with people, there are things that you know are true inside your brain, but the timing of when you say them is not correct. And that's why I think Jaylen Brown is almost like that was an opportunity. There's so much growth for him. He is a brilliant leader. He is one of the smartest people we have.
Yeah, whatever. All right, people. Let's get back to what Stephen A. Smith goes off on Jaylen Brown. Hold on. I'll get the shit. There we go. Goddamn commercial. Come on now. Goddamn commercial. Give me a second. Damn commercial. But you see what I'm saying? And that was the first shit that he did. And then he did something else after that. that he heard Jaylen Brown. It wasn't personal, but then he said the shit that I let y'all hear the other day, and that's how it got personal when Stephen A. got personal. Because he didn't even talk about Stephen A. They just was taking everything he did on that live stream like that, and Stephen A. went personal. But let's get into it.
Exhale per se and get stuff off of his chest. Why he's targeted me, I really don't get it, but I'm here for it. Here's the bottom line.
Because you don't take accountability of the bullshit that you say and do, and you spark it. But like I said, he trying to play without intelligence. I don't know why he's coming after me. What? If that's the case, if he don't know why Jaylen Brown is coming at him, then why are you making the video? How about you call that brother? Because I guarantee you, the last interview y'all did, you got communication. Why you ain't communicating with him? Or matter of fact, just do some real shit as a brother. Don't speak on it. It hurt your feelings that much. He said, fuck the Stephen A. It hurt your feelings like that? You're $100 million man. Huh? You the best in the business, huh? Why this hurt your feelings? It ain't about hurting your feelings. This is about clickbait. Stephen A is only talking about Jaylen Brown because he don't have to. He can take, listen, Stephen A can take the high road on this. You know why he won't do it? Do y'all know why he won't do it? You know why he won't do it? Because of the simple fucking fact that he got that $100 million and he got to put his coon ass out there to do that this coon shit that he does. He got to do it. But he want to sit here and pretend that everybody else is tripping. Nah, nigga, it's you. Let's move on.
Jaylen Brown, in this particular instance, does not have a leg to stand on. He does not have a leg to stand on. Wow. To recap, ladies and gentlemen, his ire is because I basically said to him, he should be quiet right now. I wasn't trying, it wasn't one of those shut up and dribble comments. That's not what I was saying. What I was saying is that the Boston Celtics played in the first round. The Boston Celtics, the most storied franchise in basketball annals, 18 championships. The Lakers have 17. 18 championships.
And this is what he does, right? He gets on the show. He says fucked up on ESPN. He says go personal. Says fucked up shit he says. And then now he want to comes on the show and explain shit. Why you didn't explain it while you was on the show? Why you didn't explain it on the show? All this shit he get ready to say, a lot of this shit that he get ready to say, he didn't say on the show. On ESPN. This nigga is trying to, he's gaslighting us. That's what he's doing. Let's go back a little bit.
Played in the first round. The Boston Celtics, the most storied franchise in basketball annals, 18 championships. The Lakers have 17. 18 championships on their dockets. The Boston Celtics, who had never lost a 3-1 lead in the postseason, surrendered a 3-1 lead to the Philadelphia 76ers and ended up losing.
So what? So what? LeBron James got swept. Teams got swept. So what? The fuck they got to do with anything? They lost. A 3-1 lead, they lost. LeBron James got swept. Get the fuck out of here, bro. And then and the bad part is pissing me off about that is that You talking about you trying to put all the blame on Jaylen Brown. No parts on fucking Jason Tatum for coming back when he shouldn't have came back. And just he played good. Oh, he bad. He Jason Tatum. What? And then he get hurt. Then all of a sudden, now it's back on you, Jalen. What? No, man. You know what? Like I said, he used to be a good sports journalist. He used to actually care about what he was talking about as far as it came to sports. Stephen A. Smith don't give a fuck about the shit that I'm saying because he's just a clickbaiter. Fuck out of here, man. Let's move on.
Series in 7 games. In the last 2 minutes of that game, the Boston Celtics attempted 6 3-pointers and missed all of them. They were down 2. You could have got to the hole. You're Jaylen Brown.
People, do y'all understand that happened to them in plenty of games? Playoffs, regular season. It has happened. They have lost games because they shoot too many threes. And when they're not on, they lose. This ain't new. But somehow, some way, this is on Jaylen Brown. This is on Jaylen. Instead, he's saying it's coaching. It's the team. Now it's Jaylen's fault. Because he had an MVP year with a nigga that just came in 16 games in and said, oh, I want to play. I want to play. And they winning. Right? He playing above great. Right? He playing great, right? And then he get hurt. And then now it's Jaylen Brown's fault because now they got a chemistry of both of them going back to what they usually would do before he got hurt. It's me and you. And it's everybody else. And now the other niggas around them. Come on, man. Stephen A. And the bad part about it, he knows the game of basketball. And he's sitting there trying to pretend what motherfuckers like me is saying that ain't true. You blaming this brother for everything. But no, fuck it. You know what, Stephen A.? You know what? Blame the brother for being in the MVP level, MVP conversation. Blame him for that. Blame for all the good shit he did through the whole year. He carried the whole fucking team through the whole year, and this nigga come back and fuck up the mojo. Yeah, they played good for 16 something games. Then what happened when he got hurt? You blame him. Oh, he should have stepped up and did that. Oh my God. Never mind. Let's move on.
That series in 7 games. In the last 2 minutes of that game, the Boston Celtics attempted 6 3-pointers and missed all of them. They were down 2. You could have got to the hole. You're Jaylen Brown. You averaged 28.7 points per game this year. You shoot 47% from the field, 34% from 3-point range. You are not a good player. You are a great player. You are a stud. Take the damn ball to the rack. Go to the free throw line where you shot 79.5% from the free throw line this year. Do something other than what you did. He didn't do it. And in the aftermath of that, with him driving the bus, with Jason Tatum sitting on the bench, unable to go for the game 7, and him not being able to close the deal. 24.
How is that all on him then? How is that all on Jaylen Brown? How's that all on him, bro? That's not all on him, Stephen A. He's just a motherfucker that, listen, he made to put himself in a predicament where he spoke about the refs and what they did, you can disagree with that. But to get personal, like you gonna get this shit, Stephen A., he's wrong about a lot of shit he's saying. It's debatable. But nobody's mad at you. Right? That's your opinion. It's okay. The shit, what you get ready to start saying, you get personal. And you was personable for that. And Jaylen Brown was upset that, nigga, how you blaming me? Those I was MVP running? I was by myself when I was doing that. Not with Jason Tatum. I was by myself doing it. So let's just put it this way. Let's just say that he was MVP candidate. And Jason Tatum ain't never come back. And they lost in the second round. And they was up 3-1. He got criticism, but it wouldn't got this personal. Motherfuckers would be like, you know what they would say? Hey, that's probably why they need Jason Tatum. But that's not the conversation that we're having. We said, Stephen A., why you just, when he got hurt in the series and him come back, why didn't you just take over? But motherfuckers that was Jaylen Brown fans, Brandon Jennings over that, like, bro, you were saying because he got MVP in the finals, he was better than Jason Tatum. Like, these people are ridiculous of their takes. Now you want to blame him? First of all, he didn't deserve the MVP in that finals. Don't get me wrong. It helped his pedigree. Mind you, when Jason Tatum got hurt last year, right, till the Achilles heel, they didn't blame Jaylen Brown. They didn't blame him. They ain't had the best player. But then Jaylen Brown come back this year and play on MVP level. And I get it. The expectations, I get it. But y'all never looked at him as he that guy. Oh, he great, but he Jason Tatum. And then he puts up the numbers. He do what he do. He carried the team. And he doing it. And then Jason Tatum come in and fuck all that up. Fuck the momentum up. People keep forgetting that. Fuck out of here with that. I'm not blaming this brother for that. I'm blaming Jason Tatum. He fucked up this. Should have stayed his ass out. Let's move on.
Months later, he was on his Twitch account. I believe that's what it was. Calling this his favorite season. You're a champion. You're an NBA Finals MVP. How are you calling that your favorite season?
Why wouldn't it be? Because y'all kept saying Jason Tatum was better than him, even though he won the MVP in the finals. And now he has an MVP season. Type of season. Now you want to hold him up to this all of a sudden? All of a sudden. These are the same people as Jason Tatum. Stephen A. was one of them. Jason Tatum is that guy. But when Jason Tatum ain't there and he does what he do, oh, this dude is real. He's that. Now you get on the bandwagon. This nigga come and fuck that whole shit all up. Fuck out of here, bro. Listen, if you don't understand momentum, You don't understand, people can fuck up momentum. If you don't understand that, then you don't understand what I'm saying. You would think Stephen A. Smith is saying something that's correct, which he's not. These are the same people saying that Jason Tatum is better than Jaylen Brown. He's the guy. People was upset that Jaylen Brown won the MVP in the finals. He get hurt, Jason Tatum get hurt, and then he carried him the next season. MVP level. With the MVP, if you let him be that guy, you let him be that guy. And let me say this. If you gotta listen, I'll put it this way. Let's make it simple. Right? I'll make it a little personal. Listen, when I'm around my homie, right? When we around each other, I let that nigga take the lead. I know what he on. Right? But without him, I can do what I do and better. I know that. But we ain't around. Okay, bro, you that dude. Right? You can't get mad at me. You can't call me pussy because I let this nigga take the reign of everybody said he was that, he's this, he's that, he think he that. I let you do that. But you can't get mad at me when shit don't go right now. Why you ain't step up and do that? Y'all thought this nigga was more thorough and you get what I mean? You respect him more than you respect me. But when I'm by myself, and not by myself, when I'm doing this shit on my own, I'm who the fuck I am. But you're telling me I gotta share the spotlight with this nigga, or when he come around, I gotta let that be what it be. Okay, cool. I'm good with that. I'm a team player. It's a rare thing, a nigga that is a leader that understand sometimes niggas got certain shit that they have that you have, but they better at it. But that don't mean they're better than you. Right? Like, I had that shit with my homie all the time. Man, we ain't speaking to this day because of that. Like, nigga, I get who you were. I understand who you are. That don't make you better than me. I just do shit listen, in my way, I do it better. Doing it your way is your way. You successful, and it's almost like two leaders clashing, right? But when you are connected to each other in a way, right? When people perceive the motherfucker that's more respectable than they are at a certain time than you are, right? Then they look at that and they think that's what that is. But at the end of the day, nah. I do my thing without a motherfucker. Like, I always tell people this, right? It's almost like Kobe shit. Like, that's how I took my life in a way, right? Like, yeah, my nigga who he was. He was very respectful in the hood. Niggas, he was like that. Never take nothing away from him. But at the end of the day, I was who the fuck I was. Right? And I'm much of a leader in the way I understood you roll with the leadership. But when I get to the point where I can lead, which I'm already a leader, But I let you take it because you got the reputation to do it. That's okay. And I'm all right with that. I ain't hating on it. I'm okay with it. But when I get in the position where I get to do it, then you can't hate on me. You can't be mad at me. I don't need you like I need you back then, in a way, right? I was always that person. It was just at that specific time, you was the guy. I respect that. And I ran with it, and I'm okay with it. And still to this day, I still show respect to it. But you can't not acknowledge what I do or who the fuck I am. And that's what we're dealing with here. To break it down simple, that's exactly what's happening to Jaylen Brown. Like, yo, he who he is, bro. He ain't no slouch. He a leader too. It's just, nigga, at that point in time, you did what Jason Tatum did what he supposed to do. Nobody hating on it. Jaylen Brown ain't hating on Jason Tatum. Think about it, people. I can't hate on my nigga because who he was. But my nigga, what he won't do is sit there and pretend that I ain't who the fuck I am now. And even when he knew me, he knew who I was. I understood at that time, nigga, we together, I follow instructions. I get it. I understand the situation. But I don't have to do that anymore. I've been a leader. I've been who the fuck I was. But I understood the situation. That's all Jaylen Brown is doing. And then, like I said, if you bring my homie into this now and he start trying to do certain shit, that's where we fell out at. Because, like, nigga, I'm not that dude no more. I've been leading for 2 decades, bro. Right? I don't need your approval. But number 2, I don't need you to act like, nigga, I need you like that. Hey, to be who the fuck I am. I've been me. I've been me when I was with you. I just understood you was in a position to be the leader. And I respect it. And still respect it to this day. You who you was. But you don't get to knock who the fuck I am. We not who we used to be. And that's all. That's how you gotta look at this Jason Tatum and Brandon Tatum, Jason Tatum shit and Jaylen Brown shit. That's how you gotta look at that shit. And then sooner, I've been in those situations. Sometimes when this nigga get around, I kind of like take a fall back on my homie. I take a fall back from him and just let him do what he do. Because it's like, I'm not sitting there arguing with this nigga. But then he start crossing lines. He start saying certain shit out of his mouth to me. Hold on, bro. You can't talk to me like that. Like, it's certain shit that you can't do. Maybe this nigga ain't reading the room. It ain't me. You mad at me because, nigga, we ain't the same. We not young no more. I let certain shit happen. It happened. Give you the props. Everything. Always give that nigga the props. Always listen. Always tell my homies. They was more thorough than me. Always. Always was more thorough than me. All my homies. And I'll tell y'all this. The reason I tell you this is because of the fact I had a conscience. Right? Not saying they didn't have a conscience, but they, like, how can I put this? My niggas was more infatuated with the street shit than I was. I wasn't infatuated with it like that. Right? Like, that whole persona, you got to be tough in the hood and shit like that. Right? I wasn't infatuated like that. Even when I was in the streets like that, I just was like, I felt like it was a defense mechanism for me. I felt like I had to defend myself. I didn't look at it like all my homies, nigga, they enjoyed that street shit. They enjoyed it. They can say, listen, they want to come out and lie about it. They can lie about it all they want. But I know these niggas enjoyed the street shit, the street life. They enjoyed that shit. Because believe it or not, if I get with them niggas or get with some of my old homies, that's all they talk about. I don't give a fuck about that shit. A lot of that shit was the worst time in my life. Right? Like, I didn't enjoy none of that shit. None of my street shit. I did not enjoy none of it. And that's what I'm saying about these people. They think, and I'm going off a little bit, but they think that street shit, excuse me, they care about that shit like that. They genuinely care about it. Like they think that shit is they like, listen, I was born into street life. I told you I'll break shit down. I told y'all all the time. A lot of my family was hitmen and drug dealers, and family was, my mother was a prostitute. Like I've been through some shit in my life. Like I've been through all parts of that shit. Right? I was born in that shit, but I never liked it. I enjoying that. You see the bad parts of that shit. Even the good parts of street shit, you see more of the bad shit than the good shit. And I was raised by a village. I wasn't raised by, like, I was raised by the streets. I was raised in the community. So it was different for me. I grew up with pastors and, older people, elderly people. Like, you know what I mean? Let you know that shit ain't bad, even though you rebel against it. You know what I mean? But once you get older, you start to figure out them elders was telling you the truth with your bullshit. So I just, listen, I never disrespect none of my homies that, it was our life as we grew up in, but it was never that, it was nothing I ever enjoyed. I never enjoyed that lifestyle. And it could have seemed that way. I could have pretended it was that way, but that just was a fraud to me. Like, I was being a fraud. Never enjoyed street shit. Always paranoid, always afraid of this and afraid of motherfuckers turning the corner and kill you and shit like that. Never was okay with none of that shit. It's just, I never was okay with it, but I accepted it. I accepted the street shit. It comes with the game. I lived a life. I grew up in it. That don't mean I had to like it, because I grew up in it doesn't mean I like it or ever liked it. I always tell people I never felt good about bullying people. Right? I had to do that a couple of times because I felt like, people trying to kill me, or I felt like people was a threat to me, or I was running with a clique and we had to put that intimidation into motherfuckers. But at the end of the day, I never liked that shit. I never moved like that. Like in street shit, I never moved that way. I never moved like a bully. I might have moved with niggas that probably bullied and did some bully shit. Well, I did some bully shit, but I never moved like that. I always tell people, think about how people like I'll tell you this, real talk. We'll move on. I got family members don't fuck with me right now, right? The reason they don't is because that they think that I speak too much truth. When I get to talking or I talk to them, talk too much about that. Talk too much about this. The problem is that ain't nobody, all the shit I talk about, what I talk about, nobody goes to jail. I know my limits are certain, talking about certain shit. Right? I'm a former street nigga. I've been in the court system. I know there's certain shit you can and can't say. I'm not ignorant like that. But my family, they don't like talking about that shit. They pretend that, listen, I told you I'm the black sheep of both of my family. Both sides of my family. I'm the motherfucker that ain't supposed to live. I keep telling y'all that. Motherfuckers be thinking I be joking about that. Nigga, a lot of the family members that passed away or they in serious situations, they fucked up. They love them more than they love me. They care about them more than they care about me. And they brought more harm to the family. But for me, they hate me. It's hate at this point. They can lie and say, oh, no, it ain't hate. It is. It's hate. You gotta hate me. Motherfuckers try to downplay me. All the shit I've been through. All the people I lost. All the fucking shit I've been through. Them motherfuckers, people who are down in their family and they looking at me like, wow, this nigga still living. All the shit he did. But what they don't understand is that I kept a reputation of my family. Right? I wasn't the most thorough. Like a lot of my family members say I was more gangster than certain people in my family or equal to it. Right? We had conversations. But I was never on their level of gangster shit. Ever. I was in survival mode. Survival mode. You don't know nothing about survival mode. That means everybody around you on some fuck shit. Niggas around you is way more gangster than you are. When you just trying to survive that shit. Even the niggas you with. Because if them niggas think you pussy, them niggas will clap you. Right? Or they'll let a nigga clap you. Right? So, I always, listen, like even like to this day with my family, I'll be like, they just don't really get it. Even my homies. Like, nigga, like y'all motherfuckers see me the way y'all see me. Man, fuck y'all, man. The problem is that when I say the shit that I'm saying, and they get to start talking slick out their mouth to me, I get to tell them, you can't talk like that to me. And then we get to have a fucked up conversation. And the problem is with that is, it's not on no gangster shit. Right? Because they only know me as a gangster. On some gangster shit, right? It's not that. I'm talking about, I'm a grown ass man. And I got a kid. And I'm married. A lot of my homies, a lot of my family members ain't married. They got kids and shit, but they ain't married. They ain't in this shit the way you actually got to bring your family like in a different shit. Motherfuckers is divorced. Like, real shit. Love my aunt. God rest her soul. My Aunt Shirley. Never was married. Nigga, I called my aunt. Ooh, he ain't about marriage, but he family. I done seen motherfuckers see my uncle. I call my uncle ain't married my aunt. Sit there and talk real gangster about it. He ain't really family. I've seen that shit for years. He ain't not married or whatever. They ain't blood, none of that shit. My aunt died, passed away. Right? Let me tell you some real gangster shit that they did. Right? Oh, I ain't gonna say gangster shit, but some fucked up shit that my family did. My uncle and shit, not really blood, but he been my aunt for about 20, 30 years. Right? Never got married. Maybe that's what my aunt, that's their relationship, that's what they on. Right? Listen, I'll put it this way. There's only 3 people in on my dad's side of the family I know that's married. They got married. Well, 4. Right? And I'm one of them. My grandma is one of them. My dad is one of them. And a cousin of ours is one of them. Right? But I'm going to tell you what they did. The whole time, my uncle and shit, I was never married to my aunt. Been there for 30, 40 years. Right? She passed away. God rest her soul. I went to the funeral. Right? And you know, I don't do funerals, but I went to it. Right? I go. And I think this was part of why I'm not going to them funerals no more. Yo, my uncle and shit, married 30, 40 years. You know where he was? Right? Because he kept saying I was ignoring him when I came. I got this focus. I don't even like funerals, but I had this focus of going to show my respect. You know, you see everybody in the front row. Right? Where the family is, right? Mind you, this ain't a big church. It ain't nothing like that. But I just was so focused I couldn't see. This nigga was in the 2nd or 3rd row. Couldn't even see him. Didn't even acknowledge it because I don't like funerals and shit. And I get like kind of blinded. Like I kind of like it's uncomfortable for me. So I get in this real weird ass zone when I go to funerals. Right? And mind you, it's my family member too. And it's different. Right? So like, and then when I walk in, everybody looking. Oh, that's our nephew. Oh, that's him. Oh, that's the motherfucker they talk about. Right? Talking about me. Right? So it was a whole different talking point. He been married to my aunt for 30 years. This nigga in the back row? And he not in the front row? How the fuck he not in the front row? The fuck out of here, bro. Regardless if you thought or whatever about him, he was there though. But that's how my family are. And I always thought he wasn't good enough for my aunt. I said this shit a while ago. My daughter, if I had to die, yo, my daughter wouldn't have to worry about nothing. Be taken care of. That's how you supposed to do that shit. My aunt died with nothing, nigga. Nothing. My son, which OG in a way, right? Like he older than me. You know, nigga died with nothing. My other cousin that's older than me, his dad died. They died with nothing. They ain't leave him nothing. Like I said, at this point, you don't leave your kids with nothing. Right? You don't leave your kids with nothing, bro. Don't leave them with nothing. I don't give a fuck what nobody else get, but you don't leave your kids without nothing. I told my wife, if I pass away dead tomorrow, nigga, hey, don't spend all that money on me. Fuck out of here. Niggas say, oh, she ain't love her husband and all that other shit. Fuck all that. The fuck they talking about? That's what I want. I don't spend up, hey. Fuck you spending money on me for? This death. Charge me in a different way. I don't need you to charge me when I die, spend all that money for what? You remember me. People always keep acting like you gotta go out with this big bang in life. Like, get the fuck out of here. You want people to charge you your life, what your life was. You know, is everybody that want to get charged of this big shit, big funerals and all that shit, is because they ain't shit. A lot of them. Not all of them, but a lot of them. They ain't shit. They ain't treat people right. They ain't did shit in life. They want this big shit that everybody does great. Get the fuck out of here. No. Especially if niggas ain't got no money. And they trying to sit there and spend all their money trying to bankrupt the people that they left. Fuck out of here, man. I die. Okay? No, I don't want nobody. Fuck out of here. Ain't no money to spend. If you gonna get some money, give it to my daughter. Fuck my funeral. It's over. I'm done. Listen, I'll put it this way, right? I live the best life I could live. Ain't nothing else I could do. I live that. You got to celebrate me. I done seen how people celebrate people. I done seen people celebrate killers. I done seen people not celebrate people that actually did good and they ain't had no money to give them a proper funeral. So, what do it matter? Or fucking spending money on a funeral. Somebody die. First of all, nigga, if you die, it was your time to go. Get over it. And shit is crazy. People be acting like they more important than life. You're not. Or put more important than life and death. You're not more important than that. I had to figure that shit out. I ain't more important than life or death. We all gonna die. That's the number one thing. If you are alive right now, understand you're gonna die. You just don't know when. And just use the best time you got here. And I wish I did more shit good and better in my life. But, you know, you gotta accept what it is. Can't be acting like, you know, stop trying to pretend that you is a great person and all that shit. Excuse me. Everybody got these flaws, bro. We all fuck up. We all got our fucked up shit. It happens. Just understand you gotta be the best you can be. That's it. There ain't nothing else you can do. Right? In life, right? You can't really, excuse me, like acting like you better than people. And there's gonna be people in life that's closer to you, that you think that's right closer to you, and other people that ain't. That's gonna think bad shit about you. Excuse me. And everybody ain't gonna like you, bro. Seriously, everybody ain't gonna like you as a person. Listen, I watched people go to funerals that didn't like people, but they went there just to show their respect. You know, it's the respectful thing to do. I don't even want you to do that with me. If I pass away, nigga, you ain't fuck with me, and I don't fuck with you right now. We ain't having a conversation. We don't talk, whatever. And even if you love me from afar or respect me from afar, but you don't fuck with me, don't come to my shit. But we ain't good. We ain't good. Never going to be good. Even if you think you trying to do some shit, try to make it good, we ain't good. There was some weird shit, right? Let me tell y'all some real shit, right? And I'm gonna leave it as this, and I'm gonna move on, right? And I'm gonna get out of here with this, right? My grandma would be 90 years old this year. She'd be 90. And I think it's what? June? Yes, it's June. It's June 6th or 10th or something like that. Right? Matter of fact, I can tell you the fucking date of it because it's on my phone. Hold on. Hold on. June 20th, I'm sorry. My grandma will be 90. 90 years old. Let me tell y'all some real shit. Her oldest kid passed away, which was my aunt. Her son that was through his old, since he left the military back in the day, he was on drugs. So it was like to everybody, we ain't shocked that he did. Right? Like, let's just be honest about it. And so my Uncle Chuck, he passed away. Listen, one of my favorite aunts. I mean, my favorite uncles. My favorites. I love my Uncle Chuck. I didn't go to the funeral because I didn't like how they had my aunt shit. Everybody supposed to be, we gonna get together, we gonna do some things. And then I started to see motherfuckers in the family still doing the same shit, not inviting, acting like I'm a threat to them. But it came from my dad, my own fucking father, right? How he pushed narratives. Right? And I want to be real about it. Listen, you're talking about a dude that ain't never did shit for me. Ever. You can't take certain parts that you did certain shit for me and that like that means something. You're talking about a lifetime of who the fuck I am. I'm who I am as a person without you. So you ain't do shit. Listen, I want to make this very, very clear. My dad ain't never did shit for me. Overall, he never did shit. Ever. Even when it came to my daughter. Never. I was still helping him. His girlfriend at the time, God rest her soul, I ain't gonna bring her name up, but God rest her soul. We really loved her. We really cared about her. That's how I was raised. Family, right? She family to us. So God rest her soul. I miss her and I love her. She was good people. My daughter, she was a baby, used to go out there. Her and my wife used to go take care of my dad. Girlfriend that was dying. She was dying from cancer, brain cancer. This nigga act like my family wasn't never there for that. Never there. But he get with the family, right? Let's be real. He get with my family now. All of a sudden they care about who he is. This nigga was ostracized from the family. Niggas was talking about, oh, Butchie thought he was better than everybody. His own family, his own blood. They did that. This nigga wasn't loved in the family like that. And then now all of a sudden, now years later, he older now. Now he, it is what it is, but but do that. But don't act like I'm the bad guy. I don't come around, I ain't fucking with y'all or nothing like that, because I'm tired of playing these stupid games with y'all. Y'all not my peoples, man. I got a cousin that a nigga got his head busted in the hood. Nigga was scared to move around in the hood. And I moved around in the hood. Right? Not saying he ain't never did nothing for me. Never say that. But he was scared to move around in the hood. We go deep like that. Nigga tell me one day, I saw with your dad. You out of pocket. You drink too much. What? Nigga, I drunk more when I was in the hood. I drunk 40s. I drunk motherfucking Old English. I started off with that in the hood, right? Old English, and then I started off, and after that, I think it was what? St. Ives, Bud Ice, and what's the other shit? Other beer. I can't think of the fucking beer right now, but it'll come to me. But I'm a drunk. I drink too much. When I was out doing fuck shit, I was never drunk. I never was wilding. Ain't never thought of that, right? But now I'm wilding. Now I'm a drunk now to them. Okay, cool. Listen, I'm gonna keep drinking, and I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing. But I know one motherfucking thing, nigga. Even in the family, even my dad, he don't even like you. He think you a pussy nigga. Never told the nigga that. Never came out of my mouth. Never even came out of my dad's mouth to a certain extent. My dad think he a bitch ass nigga. And all of a sudden, all them niggas, they tight. They go on vacations and they doing all this, but all of them being fake. Even my dad being fake to a motherfucker you think a bitch ass nigga. You think his dad was a bitch ass nigga. And I defended this nigga. I was like, yo, he was good to me. That's his family. He did some shit for me. He ain't that pussy of a nigga. I did that. But now, the nigga that I looked up to in a certain type of way, right? And still was my nigga. And he my family, right? Outside of my dad, did shit for me. He did more for me than my dad. And then my dad comes around and tell me the nigga, I know that he think that's a bitch ass nigga. And now y'all tight now. Because of what? Because what? Your sister passed away. His mom passed away. What the fuck do that mean? Motherfuckers still bitch ass niggas. Listen, I've been around death all my life. And for a motherfucker to pretend that like, oh, death supposed to change you like that, it doesn't. It doesn't. You get normalized by that shit or you get pussy. Or you get scared. Or you think another situation, you get a more knowledgeable about it. I get it. But for like my dad to be like, and these niggas, my dad and my cousin, like, what the fuck? Oh, now I'm the bad guy. I've been around death more than y'all. Both of y'all put together, and y'all trying to act like I'm the bad guy? Okay. Oh, I see what's going on. Listen, let me put y'all on some game too. I think after this year, I'm really gonna cut shit off. Right? Like, I'm cut off right now with my family. And it's not because they doing it. I'll stop fucking with them. Right? But I really think that I'm really gonna cut people off. Like, I can't fuck with certain people, man. You know what I mean? And I've been fucking up in some shit that I need to fix. Right? And get on my shit and do right. Right? Because I've been fucking up. Right? And I put that on me. I don't blame nobody. See how I take self-responsibility? I think I gotta fix this shit. But I think after this year, I'm done. I'm done. Like, can I say this too? I think I might be done with this live stream shit too. I don't think this shit work for me, bro. I'll be too real. People ain't listen. It should be more people fucking with me than these fake motherfuckers. Right? And I know people gonna be like, "Oh, kid, you know, you need to stay around." Nah. We live in a society where people think it's okay to be fake and not real, and be disrespectful and disrespect people. Right? Or the people that they pose to disrespect, they don't. So, excuse me. So, yeah, this shit might be over for me after this year. I'll probably be done after this year. I'm gonna be done. Give me 1 second, y'all. All right, people, I'm back. Yeah. I can't fuck with people, man. Like that. Should be bullshit. And you gotta understand change. Motherfuckers will be sitting there acting like shit don't change. It changed, man. You know, I said I know the change. I see what's happening. Even my own relationship, I get it. You know, but I understand people. They don't get it, bro. People don't get it. I'm out, bro. Y'all don't get it. A lot of y'all don't get it. Anyway, leave your comments at that like button. Support your boy. It's your boy, Mr. OBI. Peace and love to the world.